Let's watch along once again in this WPL Season 2 with me, Avanish. And as you can see, I'm joined by Neha Shetty this Wednesday evening. And what a game we have on our hands. Do we, actually, because it's the last group game in this WPL. And we already know the top three, but there could be altercations with regards to something really funny and funky happening out there. Get in your comments and tell us what you feel about today's proceedings. But first and foremost, Neha, it's been a while since I've done a watch-along. And it's always terrific fun to do a watch-along with you. How are you this evening?
Hi, Avanish. Definitely, it's been some time since we last did a watch-along. And yeah, all good. Just really sad that, the Women's Premier League is almost coming to an end, the league stage. And, it's been such a fascinating tournament, right? When you look at the first edition to how much it has evolved in this one. So just bittersweet right now. But as we head into the playoffs, there's so much to look forward to. RCB is making it, to the eliminator and everything. So yeah, red today also.
Red indeed. And I've actually gone for a cap this evening. The first of my watch-along history, I'm guessing. I've never done one with a cap. I was just having a shit hair day, so I don't know if you guys could see it. But nevertheless, get chatty in the comments. We're more than happy to take your questions already. The RCB guy saying hello to you as well. And EQ Arts 1801. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Right. It is, of course, Delhi the venue, as obvious. But the more important thing here is Gujarat will be batting first against Delhi. And the last time these two guys took on each other, remember, it was a 25-run win for the Capitals, thanks to Jess Jonathan, woman of the match display, I should say. Now, Madison capped Beth Mooney, Neha. It's going to be an interesting matchup here because I'm looking at the cricket.com data pack, and she's got Mooney on toast 4 times in T20s.
Oh, yes, absolutely. This is one matchup that is, a clash to definitely watch out for because Marzan Cup is just unplayable in those power play and initial set of overs, right? And with this duo and the history they share, yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. And right now also, I think we witnessed a very
wicket. 1 second. Sorry, Neha, because I'm watching this like always.
On
10
TV?
seconds. Yeah, and Cap has got Moody again bowled around her legs for a duck. So it isn't the best start for the Gujarat Giants. And already Delhi fans cock a hoop. And at that point in time, we'll, of course, bring in Neha, his thoughts in just a bit. We'll also, of course, get the third musketeer of the show, which is Soumi, who will come on in right now. In fact, I think she's ready. Soumi, good to see you. And already you've come in and you've brought a wicket with you, man. Good on you.
Yeah, I'm yet to even start my TV, so I'm just...
Go on. Your internet's a little choppy.
I mean, is there a wicket? First.
Yeah, there's a wicket.
Oh, I hate this. Yeah.
And it's Beth Mooney's wicket.
Batting. So there's one change in the...
Yeah.
Go on.
There's some vengeance Geo has.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a disconnect with the Shami's internet, but we'll get on to that. Hello, meanwhile, to Shubham Gupta and all you lovely people watching on Facebook, on Twitter, and of course on YouTube as well. Please subscribe because we just hit 47.8 in terms of subscribers, and we'd love more. Hemalata is a new batter right now for Gujarat Giants, but it's Lola Woolford on strike, and it's a big in-dipping in-swinger from Shikhar Pandey. It'll be interesting to see how Woolford goes as well. Vihit Korma getting on with the questions already. Soumi, you should change your handle to 7 packs and dots in honor of Tala. I think Soumi can't even react to that, right? And it's pretty woeful at this stage. But we'll try to fix it and come back to Soumi in just a bit. But Neha, your thoughts on this early hiccup for Gujarat Giants? Was the writings always on the wall with this clash? The fact that it's the final game of the season in terms of the group stage, you could predict this result, right? You could see it in many ways.
In many ways, I think going in this encounter, a lot of us, would have assumed and still think that Delhi is probably going to end up on the top. But I think due credit, right, to the way Gujarat have turned their fortunes around in this season. The Bangalore leg was just horrible for them, to say the least. They lost all their matches, and then actually coming back so strong, due credit to them, man. So, I mean, now though they can't, of course, make it to the playoffs. That is far from impossible. But I think to just end the season on a high, I think that is something they would aspire. But with Beth Mooney's dismissal, she's like that vital cog in their batting, right? So I think they're definitely going to miss her services today. But nevertheless, let's see how Laura Wolfhard kind of, fares and gets those runs, no?
Okay, indeed. There's lots to chat about this evening, not just the game, of course, but as usual in our watch alongs, we'll take all your questions and we'll, of course, reflect on what was truly a peri night last night, which is indeed. Shubham Gupta asks, who's the guy in your shirt, Avanish? It's actually one of the merchandise that we put out last year for the IPL. It's good old Nitin Menon, and it reads, "Can you rock and roll that, please?" It's a flat line. I'm satisfied. So it's just like taking the piss. What a shot that is from Lola Woodford to get the first boundary of the night, to break that barrage of top balls. Indeed. Hello to Vikas Kumar. Good to see you. Good evening, sir. Tell us where you're watching from and get as interactive as you can with us, because this is your space as much as it's ours. Mera thousand फंस गया, क्योंकि नहीं होता, and withdrawal कैसे होगा. God bless you with that. I can't help you with that right now. But speaking of money and rewards, there is, of course, lots of prizes to be won on the watch along as usual. Predict the first inning score and stand a chance to win ₹1,000 voucher this time around. Look, we try to give you the gifts as great as they get. Normally it's 500, but sometimes when you guys look at me doing this watch along, I will give you all ₹1,000 to enjoy. So maybe Vikas, that could help you. Hello to Jagmeet as well. And there's lots of play for in this game generally, Neha, because even if you look at the orange cap and the purple cap, so on and so forth, there are these little things. I think Dipti Sharma now has the orange cap, so Meg Lanning will want to take it back tonight. And similar with Jess Jonathan, I think she'll want to catch up with Eccleston. Am I right?
Oh yes, exactly. I think from the individual, performances POV, there's definitely a lot to play for. The orange cap and purple cap race has been quite fascinating, right? This season we haven't had one clear winner. There's always been, someone toppling the other, which is how it should be. Clear dominance wasn't seen. So yeah, in that sense, great stuff to say.
Sorry, you caught me off there because I was just pouring my beer still. But we'll try to get Xiaomi right now and see if her internet is fine. Xiaomi, is it all better in the household of yours? I'm hoping it is.
Oh no.
Maybe not.
Realization of internet that's happening in the area. Oh, this is so frustrating. Yeah, I think there's some
Go on. I'm not saying a word.
repair work. Can I?
Yeah, I think it's slightly choppy, Xiaomi. Yeah.
I think it is. Oh, sorry.
Okay, wait. This is just too hectic. So we'll try to just get Somi's internet checked a little bit. I'll speak to my back-end team and see what we can do about it. Meanwhile, yeah, cheers to all you lovely people on a Wednesday. I'm just pouring my beer. And of course, lots of RCB talk, Neha, in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Because look, let's face it, Gujarat's 5-1, 2.3. We can talk about this game in certain subplots and how it'll really pan out in the larger scheme of things. But RCB's night to remember yesterday, and the fact that this whole city is buzzing with the WPL really turning out well, the IPL going to start soon. So it's a good time to be an RCB fan.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the kind of season we had last time around, we were just hoping season two would be better. We had some great purchases in the auction as well. We had the watch along and we just, spoke at length, right? So the season coming in, there were expectations. The Bangalore leg also, was kind of good for us, and we were hoping to carry forward that momentum onto the Delhi leg. And great to see, right, the kind of performances, especially the Delhi match. I think a lot of us were just hurting, man. Just like one run loss. and you were seeing videos on RCB's YouTube channel. It was just so hurtful. And coming up with the kind of win they did versus Mumbai, the fashion in which they just completely outclassed them. And it's the first time, mind you, we were defeating Mumbai in the Women's Premier League. So it was a special win nonetheless. But yeah, I think paved by the great Ellie Perry with her 6 wickets. Just watch the. I've just been watching the montage, of her getting those 6 wickets, and wow, what a player! We're really lucky to have her, and going ahead too, right? She's going to be such a key player in our playoffs prospects as well.
No, I agree. Just watching the highlights again this morning, and those wickets were brilliant. Of course, she did have a part to play with the bat in hand as well. There could be a runner opportunity here for Delhi. Jamie with the throw, I think it is, but 3 overs gone there. Sorry, 3 overs gone, 9 for 1, Gujarat. But just coming back to the RCB chatter, watching and seeing all the videos coming out, I think Dinesh Karthik is in town. There's Glenn Maxwell and Faf who's have arrived. Everyone's waiting for the news of Virat. The unbox event will happen on the 19th. So I think cricket.com, and I think I'll be there in terms of just doing a vlog. Greg's not liking any of the RCB chat. Understandable, Greg. Good evening to you, and tell us your thoughts about the WPL, what you've enjoyed so far. Have you really, honestly watched more than 3-4 games? If you have, great. What have you liked? Tell us. That's the same question for all of y'all. And Vikas going on to critique the fantasy bit here because he's saying his KYC, there's a problem. Vikas, we'll try to get in touch with you. Can you DM us on Twitter and on X rather? And we'll, of course, try to get some tech support coming your way, and bear with us on that. So that's on us, and I'll take that indeed is constructive criticism. Why don't you just reach out to us on X and we'll figure that out. Meanwhile, Ash the introvert, if we had won that DC match and then GG defeat DC tonight, then we could have ended it on the first position. Yeah, man, in hindsight, it's easy to say these things, but I get where you're coming from. If mid-season transfers were a thing in IPL, Perry would have been part of MI overnight. No, not really, because in the air and in the gap as well. And then there was another one from Darshan saying that unbox event will be a different level of hype if RCB win the WPL.
Yeah.
Oh, it will. Oh, it will. They plan to also make it from Bangalore to Bengaluru, is what I've heard, Neha.
Yes,
So
yes.
that will resonate really well with the locals even more. And just on Perry, because did you know that she scored a goal for the Australian Women's Football League?
Yeah, she used to be a footballer as well. Played in, I think, the 2010 FIFA World Cup. And I was just seeing that goal on Twitter and I was like, wow. Matlab, the kind of talent she has across sporting disciplines is just fascinating, man. But she had to leave football eventually to, kind of pursue her cricketing passions and, and focus entirely on cricket. But yeah, what a player.
What a player. And we talk about ABD in the men's game and how sporty he was. Elise Perry, honestly, an athlete beyond belief. I think there is a wicket here with regards to Jess Sonnerson. And she's got one more, so that'll do her nicely in the purple cap race. And Himlata just seemed like a deer in the headlights today. 4 of 7. And Gujarat, the writings could be really early on the ball here today, because I was telling Akshay and giggling with him, I was like, why have you got me for some redundant game on a Wednesday? And he was like, bro, we never thought it's going to be redundant. And of course, with you around and Neha being chatty, all watch-alongs amazing. Speaking of watch-alongs, fab job, Neha, fab job, Soumi, and fab job, Akshay. I've enjoyed all of your watch-alongs. Yesterday's in particular, I think a fan actually put the time codes of Perry's dismissals to see all your reactions. Did you see that?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, in the comment section. So I was pretty marveled, and it's obviously catching on really quickly, and that's a good sign with the IPL looming large. We're going to do a hell of a lot of watch-alongs over there as well. More RCB fans coming more RCB comments coming through with regards to Santosh Urupa. Good evening to you. RCB management has more pressure to come up with events for Unbox every year than where team finishes the points table. It'll be pretty wild. Ooh, first ball from Phoebe Listill. Second ball, she goes down the ground and she gets 16 for 2 over there. And Shubham Gupta saying RCB is giving away free merchandise for those who book tickets. Box event. That is so amazing. But Santosh saying only for 2 stands. Honestly, you can count in Santosh with all these fan interaction, engagement activities, because I don't think he's ever missed a fan interaction in his life. He's a big Liverpool fan. I don't know Santosh personally. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Udupa, but you seem like you've literally taken part in all of them. I saw you as well for the Liverpool one where you met Luis Garcia when he was unveiling his Carlsberg beer. I'm not drinking Carlsberg today, but it's Budweiser. but if you know, you know. Raj Krishna saying, yes, RC Bengaluru. Good to see you, Raj. Raj, are you the same Raj who hit me up on LinkedIn when we had a query for potential fellow energetic anchors? If you are, I'll definitely get in touch with you. Really, really appreciate it. I think Shubham Gupta also might have added me on LinkedIn, but that's such a common name, I might be wrong. Right, let's give Neha this one. Since the pitch is assisting the fast bowlers more, do you think RCB should give Kate Cross a chance in the playing 11 come that critical eliminator on Friday?
Yeah, I think this was a point, we were discussing in our watch along yesterday. Now, the thing with Kate Cross is, although she's great in those first set of overs, the power play and everything, is she good enough for the middle phases and the latter part? And I think that's why, having someone like a Nadine D. Clerk would actually make sense. She offers much more, depth to the batting unit as well. So we were thinking of more on the lines of if RCB were to make a change, probably put Sophie Devine out and get Nadine D. Clerk. And I think that would be the change they'd be more open to than, Kate Cross. But again, looking at Kate Cross's situation right now, England, her side plays New Zealand, and she'll be missing actually the first, couple of T20s. So yeah, that's a boundary.
Out, three down.
Oh no.
I think this watch along will start and end very soon because 16 for 3 and Laura Wolfhard is gone. And Delhi fans are liking that one indeed. I'm not going to say what they're going to say in the stands on this with this particular joke. But look, Arcade Cricket Talkies, I'm there as well. He's saying, yes, please accept my LinkedIn request, saying, Shubham, I will later on. And Xiaomi Desukar saying, we discussed Kate Cross in depth yesterday, Kate, and indeed, she has the ability to get into the comments. And this is why I love Xiaomi's passion and enthusiasm, because
Yes.
she's still trying to fix her internet. And hopefully that'll be resorted in about 5 minutes' time, and we'll check with her again. But keep your comments coming through for Xiaomi as well. She has a lot of insight with regards to the WPL. Hello, Neha and Avanish. Saying, Mr. Irfan, hello to you. I know you're having a brilliant time as an RCB fan. Hopefully that continues for all of us. And same here, please accept my request as well as Raj Krishna. I will. Are you the same person, RK Cricket Talkies? I'm guessing you are, Raj Krishna, if I do the math. Math is mathing, as they once said. Avnish, you seem to be more active on LinkedIn than Twitter. Hearing you, am I wrong? Actually, my cup of tea is Instagram. Speaking of cup of tea, I literally dip in and dip out like a biscuit on Twitter and LinkedIn. I should be more active, honestly. Speaking of someone who's absolutely brilliant on Twitter and who's active, is this beautiful girl in Neha Shetty, never on the back foot. She's been doing some great stuff in terms of women's cricket. When I stumbled upon her, I did quickly follow her on Twitter, and then I did the same thing on Instagram. So please do follow her, and not to forget Xiaomi, who will be with us soon. I think her handle will pop up when she's back on. Right. Hope this RCB versus MI and DC versus RCB will be epic. File at least one team open their trophy cabinet. The thing is, if you had a choice, Neha, to play either DC or MI in the eliminator, who would you play?
That's a tricky one. I think I'd still say Mumbai, right? Because this season, I think we have seen more chinks in their game than the last season. And considering we have the psychological advantage because of how the last night's encounter went, I think we'll be going in with more, like confidence. Ki, hey, we don't have to, get belittled at it's Mumbai. This is such a tough team and everything. I think we can go in with that mindset. But playing Delhi, though, it would definitely bring back memories of that one run loss. So we don't want that, very soon. So yeah, eliminator, I think definitely Mumbai. What about you?
I would definitely say Mumbai as well. But then sometimes you think about it, it's just a sports fan. You'll have to beat what's in front of you at that point of time. So sorry for the cliche. I would generally feel we fancy our chances in this particular route to the final if there has to be one. Mumbai first and then try to topple Delhi, who have been by far the best team in this tournament. You mentioned one-run games over there. Delhi's last two games have been one run, one win against RCB, and then the loss that they suffered as well. Let's see what will happen today because, like I said, not really much to play for because even the way the game's meandering already, you're thinking to yourself, they can only play for pride, Gujarat Giants, 21 for 3. And I'm a huge fan of these two in the middle, especially Ash Gardner. I think she's one of the most underrated cricketers. I know she's rated in some circles, but like she doesn't get the same sort of appreciation as the other all-rounders world
Exactly.
over. And I feel like she has one particular knock to make this evening. Hopefully she can light it up. But Karp has just been brilliant. 3 overs in the trot, Neha. 2 for 9 from Addison Karp. And she also is in with a shot for the purple cap. So let's see how that really unravels indeed.
Yes.
More comments coming through. I think they should stick with Divine. She's due for a big one with the bat, and she's actually been pretty good with the ball. And Mama Darfan will Emma will open the trophy camp at the second place, second trophy. I will play with MI as MI not consistent this season. So RCB women will meet DC and beat them, and as well as go for glory this year. Good to hear you, cricket talkies, RK indeed. And I generally want to encourage this space to also make your quick predictions for that eliminator. I know we're doing the watch along for that. It'll be four of us doing the watch along then, so it'll be a
Oh.
cracking one indeed. Uh, where is Green the most expensive trade in the history of the IPL? He's on his way, I'm guessing. Green will probably enter the RCB camp really soon. I think most of their players are there. Everyone's asking about the King as well. And Santosh Shurappa saying, imagine the Royal Challengers Bangalore's last game under the name. That name wins the title on Sunday, and they announce a change to Bengaluru on Tuesday. You can never put it past them, can you, man? You can never put it past them. We're waiting for their content to even be killer this year. But I'm also waiting for Gujarat Giants to really kick off their power play. Yeah, 21 for 3. They've been shambolic so far. As I peer across my TV, 5.2 overs gone. So last 4 balls in Delhi have literally had a stranglehold in this game. We can try to see if Soumi's internet is back on, because boy, doesn't she make a difference to this watch along. Let's see if she can be on. Soumi, is it all better now?
Fingers crossed. Let's go.
Come on.
Did you guys hear me fully?
Yes, we can.
The win is
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
You're back. We were just discussing Gujarat's terrible power play, man. Matlab, they're already 3 wickets down. It just seems to be going downhill, no?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we would have expected them to at least win one. I mean, just what happened to RCB last time. It's all okay, right? You can hear me, right? No? That's right, Vihit. Yeah. What? Say something.
Oh, yeah. It was just a little choppy, but yeah, I think it's fine now. But yeah, go on.
Oh, I'm not so much of silence in this chat, okay? I mean, in this live, I mean, Akshay screams at the top of his voice. What? I'm only saying Avanish eat something and says like,
No, because every time I want to say something, it keeps coming back. So there is a
Huh.
definite time lapse, and that's why me and Neha are holding ourselves back.
Yeah.
so sorry.
And your reaction is slightly late, but it's fine. We'll bear with you. Meanwhile, all of you lovely people watching this, like this particular video on YouTube, because it helps with the algorithm. It helps with us spreading the awareness about watch-alongs. No one is doing it in terms of the Indian YouTube space right now, so it's important to see that. Avni, silence doesn't suit you. It doesn't, mate. That's why I'm waiting for the ladies to have their chat first. I'll always have my piece, definitely. Mumbai's only win this week is coming from the Ranji and not the WPL. Let's see if they can hold back. I know there was a little stubborn partnership from Karun Nair early on, but yeah, the writing's on the wall for Vidarbha over there. And Bangalore to Bengaluru will change their luck for maiden trophy. They've already had pundits and pujaris and all of those guys doing different things about nomenclature of teams and whether the stars are aligned. So let's see how that goes. Shami messed with Ambani's team yesterday, and now you see why her internet is acting weird, saying Vihit Kurma. Vihit, I think, is one of the most chattiest guys, even though he's recently subscribed to the channel. So amazing energy, and I really, really appreciate that, Vihit Kurma, and that particular picture of yours you have. If you were a GG owner / coach, what would you do moving forward? And that's a good question, because last year, Neha, they ended up with the wooden spoon. This year, you look at their first 4 games of defeats, correct me if I'm wrong. I know that they won the last couple of games, but that's where their chances going into the final stages of the league really, really evaporated, right?
Yeah. I mean, they had a terrible Bangalore leg, and coming to the Delhi one, they did, get those 2 wins. But it certainly wasn't enough. But I think going ahead to, if they really want to bring in changes, I hope it's not a situation like they did after the first season, right? Wholesale changes. They had to literally rebuild their squad from scratch. I think it's about just trusting your players. But if they still have to plug in a few holes, it definitely has to be probably like I don't know if this is far fetched, but probably a change in captaincy, have an Indian captain versus, say, an overseas one, right? Because Beth Mooney does not really inspire a lot of confidence with her captaincy. So, probably, that is one thing they can definitely consider. And besides that, I think they really have to build on their domestic core and even on the pace bowling department, right? We have Shabnam Shakil and good bowlers emerging, but then you still need like stalwarts and like a much more solidified attack. So they have a lot of areas to actually work on, and yeah, just hoping they can present a stronger front.
Yeah, same question to Xiaomi if you can hear us. And shout out to all the people watching on Facebook as well. Please like this video. Xiaomi, if you were a GG coach or owner, what would you do? Oh, there could be a wicket. No, not really. If you could hear us, that is. No, I think Xiaomi is officially, I think, having woeful Wednesday in terms of the internet over there. Woeful Wi-Fi on a Wednesday. All the W's over there. Biggest flop of the WPL 2024. S. Meghna, random shout over there. And Avanish, hope you know Vihit Kurma's Virat and Road. Yeah, I do. I figure that out. Figure that out indeed. So yeah, good on all you guys to join us right now from wherever you guys are watching or listening. GG should sell their team to another franchise like SRH or KKR. Essentially, like, no offense, right? This is what I thought about the team even last year. I was just like, even if this was the Gujarat Titans women's team, I would be happy with that, because again, there is a long-term project. You can inculcate an academy and you can have like a grassroots level where you find players, men and women, and it just comes down the franchise. Now with the Giants, I just hope they don't fizzle out like a Kochi Tuskers or something like that. Maybe in for the long haul, but I don't know. I just feel like I look at their team and they have some amazing foreign pros, dude. You're talking about Beth Mooney, your Ash Gardners, Laura Wolfart's a great player. And I feel like even the Indian talent over there, fine. I know Harleen had an injury this year, but they're definitely not like the bottom trawlers. I would feel like they can really give a competition to any of these teams on that given day, but it's just not worked out for them. Um, I think that's something that they also addressed at the toss today. I think Beth Mooney said, like, look, batting first has been maybe our modus operandi, which has worked out, that we want to kind of get runs on the board and then kind of exert pressure with our bowlers. And
Yeah.
I back her up completely, because even if you look at this team on paper, you're thinking even if they get about 140, 150, they can actually put pressure with their bowlers. Obviously, none of their bowlers have always been like rising to the occasion this season, but still, Gujarat Giants. Let's see how that all unravels for them going into season 3 next year. Remember, we'll be doing a WPL review of the teams for like about 10-15 minutes with the girls later on in the show, and on Monday Night Live on the 18th of March, because that Monday Night Live has a cracking guest, a cracking show flow with regards to all things we're going to discuss with the IPL. And then we're also going to do specific IPL previews next week. I'm talking 19th, 20th, and 21st at 8 p.m. So lock in your dates for that, because there'll be a 4-man panel, and there will be a certain Soumi Agarwal in that panel. So it'll be me, Som, Nix, maybe Akshay, or maybe a debutant, which could be Gurkirat's substitute. So lots to watch, lots to look forward to in that particular preview, should I say. Can we join the watch along, say, RK Cricket Talkies? You guys should, honestly, man. We'll try to make it as fan centric as we can going forward, because I understand that all you guys would love to share your thoughts with us and the same screen with us. So we're thinking of doing a lot of fan content, not just fan cams, but fan content in the studio as well with us, like maybe fan debates. So watch out for the cricket.com space, Arcade Rockies, and all of you guys watching indeed. Us, we not uploading any practice session videos at all. Other team uploading what happens. First match, 9 days to go. It is worrying. It is concerning, because when I was looking at my calendar, my dates, I'm just like, shit, we're so close to the IPL. And are you worried, Neha, the fact that there's not much with regards to RCB's camp? I know the players have just arrived. Do you think a week's preparation is good enough? Or do you feel like, oh my God, we're already kind of on the back burners?
I think right now, the focus for I think all the digital teams is the women's Premier League. I think once that's done, the focus will entirely shift on the IPL. And right now, I think because the players are just settling in. Like today, I think they put a reel of like Faf coming in, and that whole, the whole shebang and everything, right? So I think slowly the players will settle, but I think a week's time is fine, right? Because most of them are actually coming like playing cricket for their national team. So I don't think it should be that much of a problem to gel in and everything. Initially you might find that rust, but I think as the season progresses, it will wear out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I generally feel like that's a good point that you mentioned there because there's so much content to consume, even as cricket fans, and even these franchisees will kind of genuinely wait and watch and how it really is. We're waiting and watching how Gujarat will really consolidate right now because Ash Gardner's 12 of 9, 37 for 3 if you guys are just watching, and Delhi have been all over Gujarat like an absolute rash. Who needs preparation when you know the result? Saying Vireet Kaurma. Vireet, and all you lovely other people, let us know who you guys are backing in the IPL. I know a few fans are RCB fans, like Mama Dirfan's a huge RCB fan. SS98, I'm not sure um, if you are an RCB fan or if you support someone else. And what is the prediction of that CSK RCB game? Because there's so much of chat going into that game. Will Virat even feature in that game? Will he take part in the IPL? Only time will tell because we will get a hint for sure in the next 3 to 4 days, I'm guessing. It's just a matter of time when 100%. Shobha Gupta saying Mumbai Indians and then Champak Chacha, which is a new name, I'm guessing. If you are new to the channel, Mr. Chacha, please subscribe. Why RCB franchise, whether it is men or women, have big names but fails at the highest level? Too much decentralization of power leads to their downfall. I mean, you could put it like that and say that because you connect the dots and we've had some great names to play for us, but it's just never really clicked. I feel like there's a lot to do with the element of luck as well. Three finals not going our way. One final we absolutely got bludgeoned by CSK. That 2009 one, I feel that one was the one we really could have won. And then SRH, of course, was another big dagger to the heart. But can you make sense of this, Neha? What Champak asks?
Yeah, I think it's a fair question. Like with RCB, they definitely come in with a lot of expectations because we always, sign our star players and everything. And somewhere, I think it's just the burden of expectations that we fans just put on these players, right? Because you expect, Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, Chris Gayle, we will though anyways win, and it's going to be a cakewalk. I think that expectation also takes a toll on these players that we don't quite acknowledge in that sense. But RCB is one team, I think, they have a very loyal fan base. I think we've been yapping so much about this, through like 15, 16 years, you have been backing this team. So there is something special about this team. I think this year they would want to go all the way, I think a lot of people were drawing parallels with how this bowling side is very similar to the one we had in 2016, where we did end up, going to the finals and everything. So yeah, just fingers crossed. And as you rightly pointed out, I think it's a lot to do with luck also. You just sometimes can't predict what will work, what won't work, which player will perform well for us, and end up playing well for another franchise next season. So yeah, just hope things get better.
Yeah, man. Every time I look at any other player, like how Shane Watson eventually gave CSK what they wanted, it's about also using the players rightly. I think Dhoni got that spot on. You look at even Moeen Ali, Quinton de Kock, there's so many names which just go on and on. KL Rahul, for example, as well. Hopefully, we can get Shomi back in due course because maybe there could be a little bit of a I don't know, a better internet connection this time around. RK Cricket Talkies, true Karnataka fashion saying first match Dev Rege. Yeah, I mean, hopefully that is just a good excuse to use, man. But how about going there to Chepauk, making a statement, playing a brand of cricket which is playing bold and getting the job done, getting the 2 points? If that is there, trust me, cricket.com will go wild. We'll show you all the reactions indeed. And we're not a biased RCB channel. Let me get that straight. I know predominantly it's just a coincidence that all the anchors we found, well, including myself, is an RCB fan. Akshay is a diehard RCB fan. Neha also turned out to be an RCB fan. I know cricket.com is based out of Bangalore, but there are a lot of RCB haters in our very office. So it balances it out. And we've never written any article in any sort of biased sense with any team. Even our video work, it's pretty much shits and giggles in the shots front. But even with our watch-alongs, you can see where the heart lies. And we're not going to simply fake it and pretend to be neutral when we also love the game. So I just want to get that clarity out there, and take some more comments right now. We'll of course try to get Xiaomi back on in just 2 minutes, so bear with me, Xiaomi, if you're watching this. Getting into winning rhythm is also key. I think MI pre 2013 were doing that exactly the same thing, and that was when it all started for them, right? That sort of mantle being passed to Rohit from Ponting and Tendulkar. It's pretty well documented as well.
Yeah.
Mohammad Irfan saying that's why Mike Heston try decentralized power to other domestic players, and they qualified 3-4 in last 4 years. Mama, I generally feel like Hessen, yes, was really good, and he gave a longer rope to certain players, and that's what I'd like to see. Like, not have knee-jerk reactions all the time with team selections, because it's a 14 game or at best a 16 game season. So you want some stability, and even if there are a few early hiccups, you stick and not twist. And we've seen it with CSK, we've seen it with MI, we've seen it with champion teams. They do not really tinker too much. Shubham Gupta saying BCCI must be facing a lot of conflict of interest in IPL. On one side, they'd want the star players to play so that the league gets viewership, and the other side, they want some rest for the World Cups. It all boils down to money. It all boils down to personal choice. It is clear and evident in some cases that players will play the IPL and prioritize the IPL, as sad as it sounds, over national duty. Obviously, they won't come out and say that, but you can really catch a drift when they can be, of course, fit for the IPL. But of course, I don't know how it's a coincidence or whatever, but we hope with the World Cup, everyone is really fit and firing, and we have a large pool to choose from like we always do. Neha, I'll just get your thoughts in just a bit. But Greg saying, I feel RCB is following the Man United strategy, likes to build on the brand instead of getting best batting bowling combo. Speaking of getting the best out of something, rather, beg your pardon, Minu has struck because remember, she's come in into this game, and she's replacing, who was it? Who was it?
Tita Sadhu. Yeah,
Ah,
Tita Sadhu.
yeah, she came in for Sadhu, and she's got a wicket with her cheeky off spin, and she's got Ash Gardner. She's played across the wrong
Bold.
line, and my
What a
oh my,
wicket.
Meg Lanning likes it, and I think Delhi Capitals are going to wrap up proceedings really soon. Greg, I think you're absolutely right here. I support both the teams, and I feel like it's just become social media FC with regards to United, with regards to RCB as well, and it's just difficult to swallow. RCB going to qualify or not in men early prediction? I think they will. I always say that, and I know it just bloody pains me in the end, but I think they will this time around. Let's go. Atya Pratap saying, "Bro, could you use score stamp from the next match?" I'm trying to inculcate that, Atya, because we're doing it on StreamYard and it doesn't give that, and obviously we have to really manually key in the scores, which my producer is doing. So bear with us. If we were doing it in OBS or another softwares like that, we will definitely have the live scorecard and ticker. But speaking of live scores, go check out the cricket.com app and website for that. Wait, let's park the comments, and I'll address Chandra24, Ash the Introvert as well. Let me just try to get Shami back on and see if her internet's better. Right. It doesn't start well, but there she is. Shami, is this good?
No?
Is this?
हाँ थोड़ा थोड़ा fingers crossed.
Thoda.
हाँ.
I've tried out everything possible.
Okay. So let me give fair. So let me give you a question from Ash the Introvert, and then maybe you can answer it. Do you guys think winning the toss is going to be a big factor in the playoffs as well?
Yeah, I think apart from, am I audible? Yeah. Okay, so I think apart from the fact that of course there will be a pitch playing, toss will always play has been playing a role in this in the Delhi leg a lot more. I also feel that when it comes to these kind of big stages, that's where the toss definitely adds up to a lot of psychological factor, a lot of confidence, and then having that little bit of an edge over always makes a difference. So I think from that point of view as well, apart from the fact that Delhi leg has seen a lot more impact of the toss, I think that will be a key going forward.
Neha, do you agree?
Yeah, I think I echo similar sentiment because the Delhi leg has given us, that impression that the team that's winning the toss is, going to opt to bat first, except RCB did the anomaly yesterday. But teams batting first definitely have that advantage, right? Bat with freedom, get to a competitive-ish total, and then actually, go out of your skin and just sort of defend that. So that has been a great sign to see. But yeah, I think the fact that toss plays such an important role is again a discussion for another day. But I think even in the playoffs, we are going to see a similar pattern because it's at the end they're the same conditions, right? The pitch they might change here and there, but yeah, I think winning the toss is going to be a big factor.
Yeah, because we saw those two themes. I mean, in the tournament essentially so far, the first bit, at least the first 8, 9 games, the team, I think, batting second and chasing one pretty much. I think only RCB defended that total and won by 2 runs against UP Warriors, I think it was. But for the uninitiated, Neha, they're playing in the Kotla. They played a lot of games so far already this season. The eliminator and the final, what kind of pitches are we expecting it to be? Is it obviously going to be slow and low because the tournament is gone on and gradually we know historically how the Kotla will play up? So do you think uh, someone else asked the question as well, do they need to make specific changes for a deteriorating pitch? So someone like Kate Cross, example, do you think RCB will read it that way, or do you think they'll just play their same team and not switch it too much?
Yeah, I think they will continue to play their same team because even in yesterday's discussion, we were thinking, if dropping Sophie Devine and getting in a new player would be ideal. But I think they just want to trust their players and just play out the entire season to see how that kind of fares. And even about the conditions, I don't think the curators will like tinker a lot with the conditions because it has played out a certain way through the season, and I think it's probably still going to play low and the way it has been behaving in that sense. But I hope in the following season we get to see like the home and away thing, or at least like all the matches in like Bangalore or something like that for more like well contested encounters. Not that the Delhi like has not given us that, but the pitch just really plays a big role here. Yeah.
No, it does. It does indeed. Thanks for that question,
I have
Ashton.
a little,
Revert.
I differ a little bit, I mean, in terms of that, especially when it comes to the team, the retaining the same team. Definitely not. I mean, definitely not tinkering with Sophie Devine. She brings in a lot more experience, and having a Sophie Devine like a player in the team definitely creates a lot of mental and psychological stuff to the opposition, right? She can come good any day. So there's always a bomb ticking there. But when it comes to especially somebody like Renuka, whom we have seen a lot, and also I mean we have not seen her come good at all. So there, as Akshay was speaking yesterday, that do we tinker around a little bit with Sophie Molyneux and then try to bring in a Nadine de Klerk or a Kate Cross, and then kind of probably see that if there can be a Renuka can probably be benched for a game. So I think that's a good option to look at because Renuka has just not come good. She's just not in her element at the moment.
Yeah, and some of the fans in that watch along yesterday were saying the exact point. So good that you brought it up. And meanwhile, there's a six here of Phoebe Litchfield taking on the fielder long off, and she succeeds in doing that. So Gujarat trying to get some impetus back in the innings. 48 for 4, 10.1. She goes down the ground again, and she's been taken. So there goes another wicket. The Giants are collapsing here as we speak to the home team, and Delhi now have Gujarat 48 for 5. Minumani has 2, and Litchfield has to go back for 21. And girls, it's all really seemingly kind of almost summing up their season in a way. It's not really worked out. They've tried their best, they've showed intent, but again, Litchfield absolutely livid with herself with regards to that particular shot. And Soumi also making a point in the comments saying Nick spoke about that particular point we were discussing on MNL. So go check out that latest episode of MNL. We spoke about a various host of things, and it was also Gurkirat's last show. So go check it out. He almost got touchy and cried nearly with that video that we made him. So go check his reactions for that and give that video a like. Mabed Irfan saying, is there any kind of agenda against VK? Because I'm recently seeing someone call inside info news says that selected dropping for VK. No, it's just all clickbaity. Let's not go that way. It isn't that. And by the way, I'm not Akshay, I'm Avanish, and I'm not having Kingfisher. I should, but I'm going for the good old American Bud. If you guys know, you know. Litchfield getting unsold next year, saying Meku. When is the next WPL mega auction, Neha? And how do you think it'll all unravel for the teams right now? Because you're thinking, obviously, MIDC are going to be solid for the next 1 or 2, 3 years, maybe, or even more than that. But then all the other the UPs and Gujarats, how can they be playing catch up?
I think the next mega auction is in 2026. There were, there was this legislation, not legislation, this move of, including a new team and everything. So probably that's when we'll have this mega auction. But anyways, and I think the mini auction that's going to happen like ahead of the 25 season as well, these teams can, kind of play catch up and get certain departments sorted, because you see the world of women's cricket, there are such great players who can easily, make it into these teams. So I know overseas ka quota is again just 4 players, but definitely there's room for improvement for your Gujarat Giants and wait, I just the way I forgot the other team's name.
UP.
So there is for UP. So there is definitely room for improvement for both of them, but Gujarat specifically need to figure out their combinations. Yeah.
I mean, Shami, Jagmeet also saying in the comments,
I
honestly,
think,
this is too poor. Good.
yeah, I think the team changes. I think one of the reasons. Sorry, one of the reasons why Gujarat, I also feel that has been performing also the fact that they made a lot of changes, like really a whole lot of changes coming into this year. And somewhere I feel that disturbs the team dynamics. So a little bit of a team composition, recomposition here and there is okay, but they should, at the moment, start looking at really building up that core and taking this ahead, like rather than making changes every single year and becoming so impatient. We have seen this happen time and again with RCB, and we have seen that doesn't reap us good results at all. But these are all great players, guys. I mean, imagine how excited we were before the starting of the tournament while we were talking about Phoebe Leachfield. She has been so good in the India Australia series, all about just holding on a little bit and maybe giving a little rope. I mean, it's just one season. Maybe we should just they should just try them out for another couple of them and then try to see if there's anything much huge changes that's required.
Okay, interesting thoughts there from Shami, and good question posed by Jagmeet, or observation rather, because they do have the experience on the stalwart in Mithali Raj, and maybe she can marshal the troops better going on in season 3. Hopefully, there's no sort of pulling the plug from any of the management level, because it's still early days for the WPL indeed. Carp's back into the attack, and yeah, she's got 4 full Mali. She has got 4, so 54 for 5. And Gujarat, honestly, they could have actually not ended last if they had a really good win today, but that's seemingly impossible right now indeed. Priyanshu saying, Neha, if anyone deserves to win the WPL, it's DC. Have just lost 2 games, and that 2 last ball thrillers. Just hope it doesn't go the India way, like in the World Cup. And that's the funny thing about sport, right? Like, even if you cast your mind back to all the IPL winners, it was up like every champion had an amazing tournament throughout and then just took it in the end. Sure, you could name certain instances, but then you look at obviously like anomalies to that and you feel for it. So even if this time MI wins it again despite not being at their best, or RCB suddenly just win it for the first time ever and beat DC, and many people will be like, no, but DC were the better team throughout. It's sport and it's tournament cricket, and we feel like there is like all these fascinating subplots. So would you agree with the sentiment like here, what Mr. Dhawan is saying?
Yeah, as much as it hurts me to
Yeah,
say this, I think it is
yeah,
a
I
fair
agree as
call,
well.
man. Matlab, Delhi, the kind of tournament they've had, I think they've just made the best use of the kind of players they've had, come up with absolute team performances, heartbreaking losses aside. But even Meg Lanning as a skipper, man, I think this is the one trophy that's missing in her very illustrious cabinet. But even the way they have played their matches, they definitely deserve. For me, it would have been, if not RCB, Delhi should
Yeah.
win. But keeping that RCB sentiment aside, I think Delhi has the potential and the pedigree to go all the way. And it's time we see a new winner, yeah. Matlab, they have not won the IPL. Might as well Women's Premier League say you can start.
No, I think even as a matter of fact, the deservance, they truly show that they deserve, right? Also, the fact that if when we look at the shorter format, we often see that some teams look great on the paper, but then the on-field performance is very different. Delhi is one team which I saw that they looked great on the paper. The squad looked great. We actually, when we were doing the preview and when we were doing the the initial bit of it, we were actually finding it impossible to say that they win this title. For Delhi, we actually had to do a lot of nitpicking there. Yeah, audible. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, so being strong on the paper is one thing, and just taking that to the field is another whole dimension, which DC had done superbly. Team that today that we will say that they win, like they deserve to win this title. It's definitely DC. Of course, it's fine. Was I audible?
Yeah, you were audible, but there were only parts we could hear, Soumi. So it is honestly really, really tough to kind of get your full thoughts this evening. But we see where you're coming from with regards to your thoughts about with anyone deserving this competition. More people saying their stuff in the comments. Meanwhile, I think Mohammad Irfan saying more than DC. I think fans of RCB at least a test can see trophy with red and gold jersey. And Chichan saying agreeing with me, team that performs in the final wins the tournament. Best example in 2023 ODI World Cup. I mean, you look at even that 2016 IPL final when RCB SRH happened, and RCB honestly had a really good comeback, and the momentum was with them and everything. And SRH probably wasn't the team of the tournament at that point in time, but they beat us, and essentially they won the final. So no one remembers who really deserved to win that tournament. Only they care for is what's the final product and who has that name on the on the trophy, right? So sports sometimes is devilish that way. Meanwhile, come back to the game, 63 for 5, 12.3. More questions coming through, or more comments rather. These pitches in Delhi are so bad. Worst advertisement for T20 cricket, saying Tushar. And no offense to anyone, but Full Money looks like a guy, something fishy. Man, let's not say that and go down that path. I'm saying this year, no, give chance to RCB in both WPL and upcoming IPL. We could hope my prediction comes true. He wants to play reverse psychology here. And lots of people watching the show right now. Please like this video. Really, really helps with the algorithm. And it does help with our subscriber count as well, which is moving closer to 50,000 on YouTube. So please join the cricket.com bandwagon and indeed make it in special for us. I don't know if Xiaomi can't hear us, but we'll try to keep her on as much as we can. And can King Kohli sir get orange cap saying Munna? We all think he can, he should, he will, but will he play the tournament is a bigger question. And I think he will at some point in time, but will he start against Chennai? Only time will tell. He hasn't played cricket for a while. Looks like more Kerala players can only play in WPL, seeing Daniel M. Don't know what that means. But Sajna and Fumali should be in the tour to Bangladesh, saying SS98, which follows, remember. And speaking of Bangladesh, I might catch up with an old Bangladesh legend. Let me know if in the comments you guys can already guess who I'm talking about. But that's going to be a latest interview on cricket.com sometime next week. So that'll be fun to put out as well. And not to forget, speaking of all the fun content that we have lined up for you, IPL 2024 will be absolutely smashing. Watchalongs, fan cams, every particular day we're going to be live with you. So there's lots to love on cricket.com indeed. Don't you think Smriti's form in the Delhi leg a big concern, Neha? Goes on ask the introvert. What are your thoughts on
Yeah, I
that?
think that's a fair question, honestly, because Smriti Mandana is too good a player. We saw her form, we've seen in most like important tournaments her form kind of just tapers off. My memories go back to the 2017 World Cup. She had a great start, a century, and then boom, injury, and then everything happened. But in this Women's Premier League as well, I mean, it is concerning. Like we've seen some potential, those knocks that had potential, but she just couldn't, convert them to big ones. But I think it's also important to acknowledge that because she's the skipper, there's like so much responsibility also, right? In that sense. So I was hoping she does come back stronger and the entire pressure of the batting, does not fall on Richa and Elise Perry and everyone. So yeah, hoping for a strong Smriti Mandana comeback.
Yeah, I mean, lots of people are worried about Smriti's form as an RCB fan going into that eliminator, and most probably they're going to be playing Mumbai because, by the looks of things, Delhi will demolish Gujarat. And if you guys are joining us for this watch along, it's not been the brightest in terms of the Gujarat Giants, 69 for 5. It's sad, but we're trying to make the most of it in the watch along by entertaining more comments and more RCB related ones. Fortunately, unfortunately, for all those who don't support RCB, we have to take and adhere to each comment. Daniel M going on again, chip in and say, should Perry do more bowling or should she be saved for the batting in the eliminator? I generally feel Perry's not going to shy away from any particular responsibility, whether it's the bat or the ball or fielding in key areas and being a gun fielder. I generally feel like another 2 games, I think she'll throw all that she has in it. It's a short tournament, this, the WPL, even though the games come thick and fast. It's a good team environment. I heard Perry, of course, credit the coach, Luke Williams, in terms of getting the best out of her and the team. So let's see how it is all destined to be for the RCB women. But I think generally you might be saying that with the recency bias with the 6 for 15, Daniel. But look, she's just a brilliant cricketer to have, whether with a bat or with a ball. So I feel maybe it should be in equal measure and situationally dependent how you want to use Mrs. Perry on that. She will show on Friday saying Cricket Talks, and he also go Cricket Talkies, beg your pardon. Bengaluru has every single trophy in major sports franchise like football and kabaddi. Only cricket is pending. Yeah, I think even hockey we won it back in the day. So yeah, only cricket's pending. So they should really get that sorted. More comments to, of course, take from other platforms. Fire them in. Don't hesitate because we will make you feel wanted. And of course, inclusive in all our watch alongs, if I have to put it that way. First and foremost, let us know what you guys are up to this Wednesday evening because normally in the watch alongs we talk about random stuff. There is going to be space for a quiz in the next strategic timeout, and I always ask people what they're eating for dinner. So Neha, what is it today in your household?
Yeah, so mom made this carrot palya with like chapati, so that's a favorite. So yeah, that only.
That's amazing. What's carrot in Canada?
uh, wow, blanking out.
Acting out, right? I'm trying to think as well.
Yeah.
Can't be
Carrot.
gajar. Can't be gajar in Canada. Because I honestly know every vegetable. I mean, not every vegetable, but whatever. And Shami, what are you having for dinner? Because I know you're the fit kind. Do you prep your meals yourself? Are you that intrinsic about your research on
Yeah, yeah, I
food?
do. Yeah,
So
I
what
do.
is
I
it
do
today?
prep my meals, and it's usually it's pretty much the same thing every single day. So it's just full. So it's usually oats, some veggies, soybean, and either it's a chicken or an egg. Yeah, that's it.
That is honestly crazy. I mean, respect to you in doing that and sacrificing whatever all the goody treats are. I try to balance it out. I'm kind of in love with food in terms of variety. So I like my andhra to my Korean to my sushi to my samba. So you see the spectrum over there. And we've discussed food multiple times on this podcast before, or this Watchalong before rather. But it's good to know what the girls are thinking about their food on this Wednesday evening. Let us know what you're having for dinner, and let us know how you guys normally do watch our watch alongs because the best way to watch it is to sync your streams in with us in terms of getting our reactions on time. I know it's kind of hard to do it this evening because I'm ahead of the girls and maybe some of y'all who are watching it on Geo. I'm watching it on Sports 18, so I might be 10 seconds faster. Meanwhile, good to see more comments coming through. This is Carrot in Canada. Goes on to say
That's
Shiva.
just carrot written in Kannada, yeah.
Exactly. And I'm just
Do
like,
you, do you
what?
guys do you guys
Sorry? What did she say?
both of you can read?
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes I struggle a little bit, but then I can do myself a world of good. She's pulled that away and she's nearly got 6 over there. So, look, there's some sort of what is the right word? Consolidation, maybe happening here from a Gujarat Giants perspective. So let's see how much they eke out. Remember, by the way, 14.5 overs. So lock in your first innings predictions right now. Don't do anything else. Just type in right now what your first innings predictions is. Sorry to remind you so late. You have one ball and maybe like another minute to do it. How much would Gujarat Giants get? We're giving 1,000 rupees away as a coupon voucher. The 82 for 5, 15 overs gone. So quickly, before we take any other comments, questions, interaction, and get to the girls, let us know what you think the Gujarat Giants will muster tonight. 82 for 5 after 15 overs. How much will they get? I'll start with my prediction. I'm going to say 124. Even that is a lot. Neha, do you agree with me or disagree? Lots of
I was
people
also
doing this.
actually I was thinking of it in the same line, but I think they'd probably get to like 110 or like 115. Yeah, 115.
Okay, everyone's echoing the same thoughts. Soumi, if you can hear us, what is a magical number you're looking at tonight? Gujarat Giants score.
Similar 110, 112. So 112 is my number.
Okay, Xiaomi going for 112 over there. Kushal Shah 118. Chandra 123. Asbiga 109. Cricket is going for 107, being a little modest. And Thurup Maktop 117. Priyansh Dhawan 121. So good to see that lots of you guys are firing your first innings predictions. Remember, you have a chance to win a ₹1,000 voucher on the Amazon, an Amazon voucher where you can literally buy yourselves anything, and we'll give that to you if you guys DM us. And let's see how that really unravels, because all you guys are being a little circumspect, I'm guessing, or maybe you guys actually thinking there could be a final flourish from GG over here. And just when I said the comments, the score prediction, I love how everyone just go and comment like really quickly. Why can't they do the same thing when I tell them to like it? Because I'm pretty sure if we ask people to like it and we be like, "Bliss, we'll give you ₹1,000 as an Amazon voucher to like it," it'll be a no-brainer. No-brainer. They like it. So if you guys are real true legends and true loyal fans of cricket.com, please like this video. Kushal, Chandra, Anurag, Turu, Priyanshu, Vihit, Ash, uh, both Tushars, in fact, Daniel M, Jagmeet, all you lovely lads and ladies, please do that. Give vouchers for liking the videos, saying Priyanshu Dhawan. I would love to, man. We should do some sort of more prizes in goodie bags during the IPL. We might even get a sponsor if we're lucky. So lots of good things coming your way, because you guys have been fantastic in helping us building our community. 87 for 5 then, and Jonathan's bowling this one. She's kept it tight. She'll probably bowl two more, you guess. Neha, how do you think Meg Lanning would like to close this innings out with the options that she has? Because Jonathan's in the mix for the purple ad as well, and she might get a couple of cheap wickets at this fag end of this innings.
Oh yeah, definitely. Jess Johnson is one bowler that Meg Lanning always trusts with, right? Be it in those middle phases or in the death. So yeah, definitely she will bowl her out. And if Jess Johnson can get two more wickets, I think they can actually restrict Gujarat to under 100 and just chase the total down with not much hassle. So I think that would also be running on her mind.
Interesting. Meanwhile, Vihit saying I like twice. Don't like it twice, because then I'll unlike it literally. Just like it once, man. Tell everyone that you can, Vihit. Please, big up to you. Kushal Shah also agreeing. Raghav Sharma being optimistic, saying 138. Good on you, Raghav, for putting absolute. I was gonna say cojones out, but I wouldn't say the other word. Is Rishabh Shetty coming to the unbox? It's not like I know Thurup, but I'm guessing if he's involved with that whole Bombali gig with RCB, I'm guessing he'll be there maybe as a special guest, and that could move the local crowd further. The way Delhi is going in the tournament, I feel they're going to choke in the playoffs, and RK Crick Talkies agreeing with you, Neha. Right. Purple Cap predictions then, girls, really quickly, because I know that two more games, two more watchalongs as well. But right now, if you look at the top wicket taking list, after today, Top is on 11 terms with Eccleston, who both have 11 apiece. Obviously, Eccleston won't be playing any more games this WPL, so it should be one of the Delhi bowlers. Radha Yadav has 10 before this game started. Jess Jonathan had 10 before this game started, so she's also in with a crack. And then maybe Asha Shobna, 9, if she does do well and remarkably and then makes the final. So who's going to be your purple cap pick? Neha, I'll start with you first.
Yeah, for me, I think it was somewhere a tie between Jess Jonathan and Marizan Karp, right? I mean, they're just brilliant bowlers, absolutely deserve to be there in that list. So I'd probably go with either of them, to end up with the purple cap. Yeah.
Interesting. Crick Talkie is also saying Carp. Shami, you agree? Do you think it'll be
I think
Cup? Do you think
I'll go
it'll?
with
Yeah, go on.
big match player. So and definitely what at least I had seen of Cup, it gives me a lot of confidence that she'll come out really well in the final stages.
I think I'm gonna go some person else. I think I'm gonna go same team, but I'm gonna go Jess Jonathan. I just generally feel that she will play those games. She might end up taking more wickets right now as well. So I'll be cheeky and put Jonathan's name over there. Um, Chandra, absolutely brilliant with this comment. Really makes us happy because we put in a lot of effort, we put in a lot of our time, and we want to make it as entertaining and energetic and interactive as much as we can every watch along. So please do what Chandra has just told us in the comments, where he basically said putting a like is the first thing I do after joining a watch along. You guys deserve all the likes. So please do exactly that. And even sometimes I know you might be not watching it, but then you know exactly if we're here for 3.5 hours speaking non-stop about cricket, making a lot of sense, making a lot of friends along the way in the community, in the chat, that obviously it's like worthy. So it doesn't make me to say that further and more to y'all. I just hope RCB didn't just use all their luck in yesterday's match and got something left for the playoffs. Let's not look at it from that perspective. Look at it from a momentum perspective, because that's super important. I know they're going to come up against Mumbai, and you probably could look at it from a perspective that you just beat the team that you're playing in the eliminator and have more confidence going into that fixture. There's a lot of sort of frailties in that MI team that we can expose, like Neha mentioned. It's not the same team that we saw in season one. The cracks are there. It's just about banging that door open and seeing if RCB can bust through that final. So it'll be interesting. We will be doing that watch long. It'll be a 4-person panel for sure. Thurup going left field with that purple cap pick, Neha and Soumi. Asha, because she'll play one game extra than Delhi. Going on to say Thurup being cheeky, and Xiaomi going on to agree with many people saying Cup with regards to the purple cap. Or there could be a wicket here for Arundhati. Is it stayed low? It stayed low, but is it drifting down? It could be. So it's 92 for 5, and it could be 92 for 6 here if Meg Lanning decides to go upstairs. I think she might go with her bowler. She does, because they still have 2 reviews remaining. Yeah, so for me, Jonathan, and for the ladies, Cup, orange cap. And it's interesting there because I think Lanning will probably grab it off Dipti Sharma tonight. She just needs 5 more. And she has, of course, the final waiting. So where are you guys going with the orange cap? Do you think Mandana has a good shout? Nia, be honest.
No, in all honesty, no, because we haven't, seen the best vein of form in this Delhi leg side of things. But I think Meg Lanning, man, the kind of form she has been in, striking the ball beautifully, lovely use of wrist, every single time to muscle those boundaries and
Didn't she
everything.
win it last year as well?
Yeah, she did. So
Oh my
just
word.
continuing the good vein of form. So yeah, I wouldn't be really surprised if she goes on to win it again.
Yeah, Lanning is just honestly consistent. Honestly, reminds me of David Warner in the IPL. They've
Ah.
reviewed it and it's missing. So good review. I mean, bad review essentially, because the original decision was not out there. So Gujarat can fight on and hopefully give you all the little scores. All of you guys are predicting to win that $1,000 voucher, because Shami did say 112, but right now it's 92 for 5, and there's still 21 balls left in this innings. And right now at the crease, they're putting on a little stand, these two, Fulmali and Catherine Bryce. Let's see how much they can really get to. Oh, run of chance at the non-striker's end, but it doesn't hit. Crick Talkie saying Spriti Mandana for the orange cap. Meg Lanning for me as well, orange cap saying Shami. I was just going to ask her, but now she's almost replying in the particular comment section, which is pretty cute. Why is Anjan Chopra always biased? Yesterday she was. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. She was vociferously ringing the bell today to kickstart proceedings, because that's like a mandate right now, the Firosha Kodla. So Anjum will probably voice her opinion like she normally does. Meanwhile, the orange cap for me, I generally feel could be Elise Perry. I'll tell you why, because she's not that far behind Smriti, and Smriti is about 30 runs from like Meg Lanning right now. I feel a lot will depend on Perry, and I think Perry might surprise us with 2 really good scores, like back-to-back 40s or back-to-back 50s or something like that. because she's just a big match player. It might be an absolute far-fetched, wishful thinking pick, but Elise Perry, write her off in her own pedal, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Perry, right?
definitely.
Yeah, Perry's 45 runs behind Lanning. I know, but look, just 30 runs difference. Hence, I would go with her saying Crick Talkies.
Fair enough.
He went for Smriti Mandana indeed. Priyanshu has a good question here. Maybe you can start and then we'll throw it to Shawmi as well. He goes on to say any of the new players from this WPL which can be taken to the T20 World Cup, which of course happens in Bangladesh later on in this year. So, what do you feel from an Indian perspective? Any new names you'd like to pencil in?
Yeah, so this is a great question. But again, I'd like to see how the selections for the Bangladesh series happens. I think a lot will depend on that, and then you can base it for the World Cup as well. But just looking at the Women's Premier League, perhaps the likes of Shraddha Pokarkar. I know she doesn't have a lot of wickets to say, but I think she was pretty impressive because we see our pace reserves right now, kind of struggling, like Meghna Singh, Renuka Singh Thakur, all of them is just going through it. So I think the likes of even Shabnam Shakil, I know left field choice, very young, 16-year-old, but I still feel the kind of potential she has. If a little bit of grooming is done and she gets, selected for that Bangladesh tour and ends up having a good run, I think she can definitely be one. And I think Akshay will be happy with this choice. I would go with Asha Shobna as well. The conditions will really suit her there. Premier leggy, right? And she has so much of domestic experience behind her, so she can also be one pick we can definitely make to with. And even S. Sajna, again, people will be like, don't just select her on the basis of one women's Premier League performance, but she's been great in the domestic circuit as well, right? So I think for me, like right at the top of my mind, these are the players who I definitely, want to see get picked for the Bangladesh series and eventually the World Cup, based on their performances.
Okay. Meanwhile, Fulmali is actually really making this partnership count indeed because she's moved on to 36 and this partnership has gone beyond 50. She's got what a shot that is of Jonathan and good amount of power as well. So look, they could get in excess of 120 the way they're going over here. Many people agreeing with you with regards to Shabnam being an Indian pick. She's probably been the only silver lining for Gujarat Giants, I feel, with regards to what she's done so far in the tournament and whatever. Hunter
But
underscore
also
BB.
here, one point here is, can I say
Sorry,
something?
Shabin, go on.
So, India has just handed over caps to the youngsters in Sri Lanka, in Titash and in Saika, right?
Mannat
In the last
Kashyap,
series,
huh?
and
Yeah.
Manak Kashyap. So yeah, as much as we want the newer players to come in, but then these new guys have not yet got a great game time. So it's also important for those to really try out those players who have already been handed over the caps because they come with a huge amount of potential as well. And then see, rather than fast tracking the newer guys whom we have seen to an extent, but also sticking to the ones who have been just selected and not have got a good game time is also very important.
Interesting points over there. But yeah, I fully agree with you. I think there's every season of the WPL going forward as well will unearth a lot of talents. That's the name of the game. We've seen it with the IPL, we've seen it with the WPL as well. And let's see how that goes for India in the T20 World Cup. Meanwhile, coming back to this game, there's still about 14 balls. Make that 13 now and 106 for 5. And Fulmali and Catherine Bryce have really saved some sort of respect and self-esteem for the Gujarat Giants because they've got this partnership going and they're at least making a fist out of things indeed. What about Elise Perry for the purple cap, saying Kushal Shah? Now, Kushal, you make a very good point because her six for yesterday has put her in good stead. It's not like she's going to have another six for again, but even if she gets 3 for, 4 for, and then does that again in the final, maybe she's in the running for sure. You never know. More comments to take indeed. She was telling Turup goes on to say she was telling that all Perry's wickets are from poor shots played by Emma Batters. Look, you wouldn't really nitpick and dissect every dismissal of every wicket, even in past IPL seasons and WPL seasons, right? So she's got 6 for, she's got 6 for. As simple as that. Too early at the moment, but Asha Shobna saying Xiaomi. And another good question from Kushal. Do you think there needs to be more IPL franchisees in the WPL? Like, this is what I think I've spoken about numerous times on our live shows in the WPL, and of course in the IPL as well, where whenever I said they have a plan to do in terms of growing the game, expanding the game, making it available for men and women, you have the IPL as a perfect template. The 10 teams should now take the onus to make women's teams and then eventually set up academies and grassroots projects going forward. And that's how the tournament will expand. That's how the Indian cricket system will be even better. And if they really wanted to kind of do it, they should have done it already, because even the IPL was born out of the Premier League with 8 teams. The Premier League, as in the English Premier League, is football. But you look at even the Premier League and how they've kind of gone in terms of structure. Every particular club has an academy and has a grassroots level, men and women. So I generally feel there should be more IPL franchisees. That was what I was talking about, Neha, even earlier in this watch along, that Gujarat Giants should have probably been Gujarat Titans women. And even if they lost all the games this season, or they finished bottom of the first 2 seasons, it's fine, because there's a clear pathway in terms of the project, in terms of the longer goal, so on and so forth. Neha, your thoughts on this? Because I've heard you in previous lives resonate pretty much the same things I'm saying, but anything you'd like to add with regards to how this could actually be even better in a 4 or 5 year sort of vision?
Yeah, definitely. I think having more teams is definitely the way to go, because that's when you can experiment with this whole home and away format. You have more players who are getting penciled in teams, which is a great sign, right, for the women's game, both nationally and globally as well. But even looking at this aspect of who's owning the team, I think we need to give benefit of doubt to these new teams, right, with new owners, because if understanding this whole auction dynamics and how franchisee cricket works is not everyone's cup of tea. So just give them a couple of seasons to kind of settle in and just make it a more inclusive space, rather than just have your IPL franchisee owners to hold a women's equivalent team. So at least that's my 2 cents on UP Warriors and Gujarat. Like, they might have a couple of rough seasons, but at least just give them a fair shot. Ki matlab, you just take your time to settle, figure out this auction dynamics. I mean, we did see how Mumbai really, had brilliant auctions, right? The kind of purchases they had. But it also goes to show the kind of role their talent scout and, uh, the role that their scouts are playing in securing the right talents and everything. But definitely, I hope going ahead we get to see a lot more franchises, irrespective of them, having an IPL team or not.
Okay, Shami, where do you stand in this? Because we would love to see Chennai Super Queens. We would love to see Kolkata Dame Riders, if Knights and Dames, if that makes a thing. Do you think that'll happen in 2 3 years from now?
Yeah, I mean, I do want Kolkata to have a team, of course, because it's home. So definitely there's a lot of bias there. But beyond all of that, see the kind of quality the Bengal girls have brought into the game. Be it a Richa, be it a Priyanka, we saw yesterday. We've seen such greats coming in from that part of the country, right? So though I know IPL franchisee and the part of the country is not doesn't always go hand in hand. We have seen so much from so much with respect to Karnataka. But yeah, I mean, Kolkata having a team would mean so much, because talents there are quite plenty. I mean, Neha will be able to say this much better, because she has been, absolutely a stalwart in following women's domestic game. But yeah, I think Kolkata having a team will be something that I would really look forward to.
It comes down to money again in terms of how the team owners approach it. I was told apparently that back-to-back wickets for Shikha Pandey, so that could be really helping some of your predictions come true, guys, because she's got full Malia and now she gets, I think, Tanuja Kanwar it is. Yeah, she chops it on back to stumps. So 2 for Shikha in her final over, so that'll do her figures better than what it was when she started the over. It's 2 for 23 now compared for none for 23. Just adding on to that chat, I mean, Rajasthan Royals, they wanted to buy a women's team, but they bid just 120 crores compared to RCB, who bid about 920 crores, just to give you perspective of the sums of money involved. So it's something to think about. And of course, the amount of talent in the women's game right now. If you have 8 teams already, does it really bifurcate the talent, or what does it do? Does it do more harm than good? Only time will tell. More comments to take, because I've been parking them for a while. Tomorrow is day off. What will broadcaster do? Just have some breathing time. Even for us, we can just plan our days better, so on and so forth. Priyanka Dhawan saying even Radha Yadav can be given a comeback. She has been bowling pretty well in the WPL Plus, can give some lower order hitting. Indeed, and not to forget her fielding because she's always been a gun fielder. Apparently, in that chat that she was having with Jemmy Rodriguez, Jamie was like, you should see the history of her Google, uh, rather Yada, that is. It's almost like Virat Kohli aggression videos and all of that. And I'm just like, wow. On a hat trick, Shikha Pane, and she doesn't get it so close, but so far. And she's completed that over in a very, very good way, actually. The first ball went for four, but just two singles and then two wickets followed by a dot. So 116 for seven, final over. And I'll come to some of the predictions and see how much you guys require in that final over. Good to see you, Arif. इकबाल, if you're new, please subscribe, sir. Like करो. Gardner को किसी और team होना चाहिए. I'll happily take her RCB 100%. Anjum is a toxic supporter of Harmanpreet and seems like she also has beef with RCB. Saying Chandra and Daniel M. I think more women's team and more women's game help women's sport, but IPL expansion for men's only to 6 men's international games and importantly the tests. Yeah, that's a chat for another day indeed. And Vahit going on to say, one second. First ball of the final over, and they just get a single. Vihit going on to say, Avanish, what are you saying will happen in a socialist economy and not a capitalist economy? I mean, essentially, we're thinking for the greater good of the game and the tournament and how it can unravel because we saw the IPL expand as well. It didn't really go well from start, but now they have set the ball rolling, 10 teams, and I don't think it's going to kind of shorten itself going ahead. I just hope Shami and Neha can do watch along for IPL as well, seeing Ashley and Toward. We'll try to figure them out if they can have a couple of guest appearances here or there. Tell me one new team, which team you guys want the most. I mean, Chennai Super Queens is what I would love to see the most because of the crazy knowledgeable crowd that Chennai have. Got to be in Chennai in the next about 7 to 8 days, doing pre fan camps in the IPL. So definitely that. RRKKR saying Arish, they would love to see that. So interesting, very, very interesting. Rana chance here, gone. Gone, gone, gone. Catherine Bryce, I think, honestly, I think it was Shabnam who threw her bat. And you look at the dive here and the slow mo, you'll really have respect for the batter, but it wasn't to be because 118 for seven right now. Let me just come to the girls really quickly before we take more comments. And Mohammed Idfar saying, can we see in the future IPL in one city which will have two teams, RCB and Bangalore Bears? I mean, that's quite crazy. That is always quite crazy. And Xiaomi says Kolkata home bias and two because it's part of the country that they've given so many good players. Yeah, I agree with you. Even KKR is definitely something every fan will want to see. So Raghav Sharma said 138, Neha. Then we have Anurag, who's 120. He's close. 123, Chandra. 112, Shami's out of it. Kushal still in it by the skin of his teeth, 118. RCB guy 109, Crick Talkies 107, Turup 117. He's done. Priyanshu 121, so he's in it. Vihit Kurma is 121 as well. And Ashton Introvert 119, 125, Shubham Gupta, Tushar Singh 130, and Tushar Karia 115. What did you go for? I went for 124.
I think mine was like 110. Yeah. I think the partnership between the duo,
Yeah, she's got down
Catherine.
the ground and she's got four. She's got
Oh,
four. Can you believe that? Now, how many people are out of the equation? Vihit is gone. Priyanshu is gone. Ash the introvert's gone. Shubham Gupta, that does you a world of good. Tushar Singh, that keeps you alive. Turup, sorry, man, you'll have to bite the bullet. And lots of other people have also perished with that one shot. Chandra, 24, you're in it. Anurag, you'll have to say goodbye, I'm guessing, because right now Chandra 24 is very close. 123. I'm close. 124. Obviously, I won't get the prize. What can she get? Dot ball. Dot ball. She tries to run. Oh, it's going to be a wicket here. I don't know why the keeper threw it at the non-striker's end when she could have literally taken the bails off. Like, look at how funny this run out is. Honest to God. But it's 122 for 9. Did anyone say 122? There's not a soul in the chat who said 122.
oh my
123 there was
God.
there. There was
What
120
a
from
run out.
Anurag. There was 121 from Vihit. And I said 124. So Chandra could be the winner if they scamper through. Or I could be the
Ooh.
winner. Or there could be no winner. So Neha, where are you going?
No, I just talking about the run out.
Wow.
Wow.
Bad run out, right? Absolutely chaotic
Yeah,
run out.
very chaotic. Got them the
But
wicket nonetheless, but yeah.
yeah, indeed. By the way, Chandra saying, and that simple run out is also referred to third umpire, Neha's words umpire, Chan. Yeah, for sure. Full toss, slammed away for four. Did anyone say 126? I don't think they
Ooh.
did. And we apologize because so many of y'all came so close. I did as well. I said 124, but I'll just have to, I don't know, eat humble pie, I'm guessing, because a final flourish, and maybe that could be an important little partnership slash cameo slash boundary for Gujarat Giants in this last, not fast, in this last league game of the WPL between Delhi and Gujarat Giants. So 126 for 9 is what the GG have mustered in their first innings. And apologies, man, all you guys came so close, but no one really took the prize forward. So that's sad, really, really sad. And let's see if there's anyone who will win it in the second innings in terms of time when that particular game is being done, which is the more trickier competition. We can promise you that. Right, we'll get Shami's thoughts and Neha's thoughts about this particular innings and what they've liked. Now, Neha, I personally haven't seen anything of Full Mali, and Full Mali has, of course, dominated the scorecard from a Gujarat perspective. Now, can you tell me about her and a little bit more about this girl?
Yeah, I mean, Bharti Fulmali is another, exponent of our vibrant domestic system, right? She has played for India previously, made her debut young, also played under that Mithali Raj era and everything. But we did see, consistencies and, bad vein of form that, saw her drop in and drop out of the team. Has been still a consistent force to reckon with in that domestic circuit, and great to see her, knock some out of the park today, right? I mean, this is the kind of performances that will warrant her place back in the side. I mean, now we see the Indian team is way more competitive to get into. But I think this knock was timely and much needed for Gujarat in the context of this match. We were predicting a total very less, but eventually going on to make this was because of her partnership with Catherine Bryce. So I think that's some real great stuff to see. Yeah.
Okay, Shami, I'm going to ask you about Marizan Cup. And if we think Meg Lanning is so important for Delhi with a bat, how important is Marizan Cup here? Because she's probably the all-rounder of the tournament, barring Elise Perry, of course.
Of course, and I mean, just look at the figures of 2 wickets and the economy of around 4.2. I think that just sets the tone right in the beginning of the entire innings, and that's how Delhi has been uh, I mean, so effective because of the fact that Marizan Cup has been so great right in the top, and that had really created that pressure. And they have been able to. They do have a great bowling lineup, which can further build up on what Marizan Cup had laid down the foundation for. So I think, yeah, I mean, tremendous amount of ups to Marizan Cup for this, and the reason why we choose her as our probable Purple Cup winner.
Okay, super. Well done. I just want to have some fun and games in this mid-innings show because we'll bring it to life, this watch along. So like this particular video because it's only going to get better. I'm going to have like a random WPL quiz and you guys can participate in the comments as well. No real winners or losers, but it's just information spread out in a very quirky, quizzy way. So Neha and Shawmi, you can yell out the answers if you guys know. So let me know if you guys are ready and I'll start randomly questioning you about the WPL this season. Right.
Let's go.
Most wickets by pacers this tournament. Okay. Who stands second on this list? Delhi has 28, Gujarat have 18. Who's second?
Second on the list of pacers.
Who's second? As in, you said Gujarat and Delhi, like you said both the names, right?
Yeah, so
Like, who's second on the list?
so Delhi has 28 with first, and they are first. Gujarat are third, but who's second on the list? And no Priyanshu, it's not RCB.
UP.
No, it's not UP. So it's obviously
Good.
Mumbai.
Yeah. Wow, who would have thought, no? Mumbai. Shabnam Ismail, yeah.
23
Shabnam
wickets
Ismail,
indeed.
yeah.
Okay, among bowlers in overs 1 to 6 in WPL 2024, Who has the most dots? Okay. A. Shabnam Ismail. B. Marzan Cap. C. Renuka Singh. Or C. Catherine Rice.
I think is it Marzan Cup?
Marzan Cap is third on that list, 43.
Oh, Shabnam Ismail will go by the elimination. Phone a friend 50-50.
Are you sure? Are you sure, Shabnam Ismail? You guys
I'm
want to
sure.
lock
I'm
in?
sure. I'm sure.
Lock kiya
I'm
jaye,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
lock
guys
kiya
are
jaye.
wrong because Shabnam Ismail has 51. Renuka Singh has 60 dot balls. Can
Oh
you
my
believe it?
god.
60 dot balls in WPL
Because she just
2024.
got hit for fours. The rest of it will not run in between.
The
And
five
Shika,
bites never got added to her.
Yeah.
and, and, Sh- and Shika Pandey also has 40 balls, by the way.
Sahi hai, sahi hai.
Obviously, I can't ask you who has the most wickets in the power play because that's too easy. Who is it?
I was going to go with Marzan Cup.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Marzan Cup. It's Cup. Okay, let's see how many you guys can tell me who has the best economy, minimum 5+ overs in the death phase this season. Is it Georgia Wareham? Is it Tanuja Kanwar? Is it Jess Jonathan or is it Radha Yadav?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jess Johnson. Yeah, my gut says Jess Johnson.
Yeah.
Jess Jonathan?
When it comes to when it comes to death overs, yes.
Both of y'all are
Jess
wrong
Johnson.
again. It's Radha Yadav.
It's Georgia.
4.8 is an economy. Jess
Radha
Jonathan
Yadav.
6.4 is an economy. So unfortunate that. Sai Dattu getting part in this, taking
Jess.
part in this quiz. Good to see all you guys taking part and liking this quiz. Like this video. I have some crazy questions lined up for all you guys. So get your dinners and just join us and be part of this informative quiz that we've randomly decided to do in this mid-innings break. Radha Yadav, spot on Tushar. And Nani code late. You can't say 126 like a cheeky lad. So no one's won the first innings predictions, but gives us a chance to, of course, tell you about the second innings predictions as well, in case you guys get it right. Right, moving on to question 3 then. Let's see what we can ask the girls and the chat. Right, most runs in a single partnership this WPL. Who has it? Is it Beth Mooney and Laura Wolfart? Is it Harmanpreet and Amelia Kerr? Or is it Meg Lanning and Shifali Verma?
It's Harmanpreet. It's option B. It has to be her. Amelia Kar kuch nahi kiya Amelia Kar ne.
Are you sure?
Huh. Yeah.
It's actually Meg Lanning and Shifali Verma. It's
We
all
have
right.
not
It's
followed
going.
anything, okay? Okay, Neha. We have just had fun on this watch along. Like all
Masti kiya, that's all. Yeah.
मस्ती किया बस हाँ ये अंपायर चने खा रहा है ये कर रहा है यही सब हमने किया है
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow,
let's
who would
go.
have thought?
Let's go again. Okay. Who has the highest average in the WPL 2024 while batting first? Is it Alice Capsey, Elise Perry, Beth Mooney, or Jemmy Rodriguez?
Highest
Highest
average.
average.
Highest average while batting first this season. Who is it? Mooney, Perry, Rodriguez, Capsey.
I think I'll go with Jemmy.
Okay.
Mooney Perry Rodriguez
Crick Racing
Mooney.
saying Jemmy as well. Saidattu saying Jemmy.
Mooney.
Who are you going for?
I'll go for Mooney.
Well done. Shawmi's off the mark. She has an average of 68.3 batting first in the WPL 2024. So well done to you. Okay, this is another one. Best balls per boundary when they bat first this season. Gujarat Giants, Mumbai Indians, or Delhi Capitals? Because UP and RCB are pretty bad in this regard. So out of the three, who is it? DC, GG, or MI? Best balls per boundary in the tournament.
I want to say Mumbai because of the way Yastika was batting initially, but I think it's DC because of Meg Lanning and Shifali right there. So I'll go with DC.
Yeah, spot on, Neha. DC it is. Yeah. And Sai is also saying DC. Tushar is also saying DC indeed. This is all available on cricket.com's data pack. So I hope you guys are reading that as much as you guys can. Right,
Where
another
is this
one.
available? Cricket.com's data pack. What is that?
Basically, it's available if you just check out our previews and stuff. It's available on the website. It's also inclusive to us in terms of the cricket.com team because we partnered with a stats company and they give us all these little amazing stats indeed. More quiz questions to ask you then.
Who has the most vibes in Women's Premier League? RCB.
Yeah, that's a good question. But okay, fine. Highest economy in the power play this WPL. Is it
Highest economy.
yeah? Is it RCB? Is it Gujarat or is it UP?
I think it's RCB. We have not been great in the power plays and in the death, so I think I'm going with RCB.
Okay, Shami.
Highest economy would be. Oh yeah. Let's. Who have had the biggest runs in the power play? That was GG, right? No, not sorry. Am I right?
You tell me.
Answer a question with a question.
Yeah.
It is RCB actually, Neha. So well done. You do get the points in that regard. But now I want to get a little specific, right?
Huh.
Because who has the highest economy in the power play in the WPL? Same question, but instead of a team, I'm looking for the player. And this player has to have bowled 5 overs minimum in this tournament. So I'll give you options again. Is it Tanuja Kanwar? Is it Nat Siver? Is it Rajeshwari Gaikwad? Is it Meghna Singh? Or is it Anjali Sharvani? Who is it?
Highest economy. I mean, means she's given the highest runs, right?
Yeah,
How is
and she has.
Renuka
How is
Singh
Renuka
Thakur not
not
in
here?
this list? Yeah, there's some mistake. We can assure you.
No,
How
because
is that possible?
her dot ball percentage saves
Percentage is
Renuka.
fine.
So,
That's where I did.
so the options are Anjali Sharvani, Meghna Singh, Rajeshwari Gaikwad, Nat Siva, Tanuja Kanwar. One of these bowlers is given 11.5 as an economy in this WPL in the power play. Who is it?
I think it's Anjali Sarvani because she
Anjali
really
Sarvani.
had like a horrid run, man. Matlab, dekh ke I was like, no ways. And people in the
Yeah.
chat also think
Yeah,
that.
Saidatu going mad and saying, "Yep, indeed." Who has the best economy then? We talk about the worst and the highest economy. Who has the best economy in the power play? Is it Eccleston? Is it Gardner? Is it Ismail or Atupatu? Minimum 5 overs bowled.
Best economy, no?
It's not Ismail next.
I was thinking Chamari actually because she did get some wickets as well. Could she be uh, out of the box?
Eccleston.
Fair shout.
So lock in your answers.
I think Eccleston.
I was going with Chamari. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, both of you have done really well, but I'll give the points to Shawmi because it is Eccleston, 4.2, but Atapatu, 4.7 is economy. So well done, Neha, for that particular name that you mentioned over there as well. A couple of more quiz questions before we can tell you about, what do you call it? The Watchalong itself and how Delhi will go about their run chase. Now, this is something that was pointed to me in terms of, what was it? The esteemed writer that we have in Gaurav Nandan Tripathi, because yesterday, uh,
Esteemed.
Pe- Elise Perry, Elise Perry had an impact in the game, a total impact of 31.70, right, for her six for and then what she contributed. But I want to know who's had the best impact in this WPL so far in our cricket.com ratings. Is it Sophie Devine? For her performance against Gujarat Giants? Is it Harmanpreet Kaur for her performance against Gujarat Giants? Is it Hayley Matthews for her performance against RCB? Or is it Grace Harris for her performance against Mumbai Indians? Who has had the highest impact this season as a performance?
I think I'd go with
It should be
Deepti.
Harmanpreet Kaur.
Okay, Tushar saying Dipti, you're saying Harmanpreet Kaur, Shomi, Arish also saying Harmanpreet, Said Sattu saying Harmanpreet, and it is Harmanpreet Kaur. 34.20 is an impact
Oh.
for that knock, that 95 not out.
I was going to ask you, how is this impact factor calculated? Because I was looking at Deepti's like consecutive 50s versus Harmanpreet's one impact knock. So is it like on the basis of one knock that kind of overtakes the others?
So how it's calculated is it's based on that particular match. So it's not taking any historic things to the
Ah.
reckoning. It's about how that particular players impacted that match from a tricky scenario. I'm guessing Harmanpreet walked in when the chips were down, and then for her to chase down a high total with the high score as well, so she's got added points over there. I thought Perry would definitely top that for 6 for 15 and what she
Hmm.
contributed with the bat, but it wasn't a B. But anyway, good playing that little quiz, and it'll bring us back to proceedings right now with the WPL watch along happen. The final one of the group stage. There are two more watch alongs which we'll be doing later on this week. Friday, of course, the eliminator, which RCB will be taking on MI, and Delhi will be in the final. Who will know? Who knows who they'll play in the finals, I should say. But yeah, really appreciate all you lovely people taking part in that quiz. Like this particular video as well, and tell us what we're having for dinner, because the girls have already mentioned what they're having. I think I've told my mum to order Chinese, but let's see if she's already done it. Right, 127 is a target, and Shabnam Shakil to Meg Lanning, who is, of course, fighting for the orange cap herself. And straight away, there is a single on the offside for the Aussies, for the Aussie, I should say, indeed. Right, let's just take a look at a couple of graphics that we want to show you from that first innings before we move on. We spoke about her in that mid innings briefly, but we'll speak about her again. We're talking about Full Mully, who was brilliant for her 42, and then Minu Money as well, brilliant for her little 2 wickets that she got, especially the fact that she came in to replace Tita Sadhu. And as it stands, the summary looks like something like this: 126 for 9. No one getting the first innings prediction, but you look at that, it is pretty crazy in terms of how it's all unraveled for Delhi, how it's really turning out to be a great tournament for them, so on and so forth. And who knows whether it'll be another crazy Delhi game, because their last 2 games, they beat RCB by 1 run. They lost, of course, that game previously by 1 run themselves. So Delhi games are looking exciting indeed, and lots to love from their perspective. What else is to love is the content that we're having to offer on cricket.com. Go check out our website and the app, because we put out the latest episode of Unwind. There's another episode coming out on the 23rd of March. I think that is going to be an Australian cricketer, and you guys will definitely have lots of fun listening to that. Not to forget Nikhil and his fantasy center previews. Now, that is something that we really, really want to alert you guys upon, because what that guy has been churning out for like 12 games now, Nikhil, I'm guessing he's listening and he's watching, is that he previews every single game on the cricket.com app and tells you about who to pick for your fantasy teams. And more often than not, in fact, 95% of the time, he's right. So if you guys want to make a little bit of money, pocket money, and win big, follow Nikhil and check out all the fantasy center previews with regards to that. Um, right. What are people saying about roti or vegan ki sabji? What is brig brigantin?
Yeah, I think you asked now what are they eating for dinner, like with the watch along. So just those answers
Oh,
covered.
okay. Okay, fair, fair. Yeah, roti or vegan ke barta. I'm guessing. I'm guessing. Is Ash the introvert? Chicken fried rice from Meghna? Really? I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Meghna biryani as well. If you guys know, you know. I'm more Nagarjuna man. Um, I I generally feel Meghna's maybe slightly overrated. And Crazy Nick saying we keep
Exactly.
trying. Yeah,
Exactly. Everybody defies with me on that. I don't like Meghna biryani as much.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Neha, we can't get your opinion because you're vegetarian, aren't you?
Yep, yep, yep.
You're missing out, dude. But then
In
quickly there'll
general,
be some guys.
I'm very biased about Kolkata
Yeah,
biryani,
exactly. But
but
then,
yeah.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Kolkata biryani. I like the added touch of alus, indeed. So I think that's
Yeah.
something that a lot of people proudly love to associate Kal biryani with. Uh, Avnish and Soumi doesn't have taste buds in your face, Thorup.
I agree.
Honestly, I know all you guys love Meghna's like because it's more like a wetish biryani, but man, I'm not a big fan. And look, you're entitled to your opinion, so that is that. Meanwhile, the first over is already up in this Delhi run chase, and they're chasing a modest 127 today. It is Meg Lanning and Shafali Verma out there. Let us know the first innings power play predictions, and you can win $500 in terms of uh gift voucher, I would say. I was going to make 1,000, but I want to do two contests this evening in the second innings. One is a power play, and then one is a time that games finishes. So let's see if one guy can win both. So what is the power play score you guys are going with, girls? Because Catherine Bryce is going to be bowling. Do you think Delhi are just going to be watchful and these two want some, game time under their belt, or do you think they're just going to finish off the game? Neha, you first.
I think Delhi is going to be a little watchful, so they're going to be just take it slow. And we've seen right landing starts of really cautious and everything. So I think Delhi would probably get to like what 40 at the end of the power play just to be on the safer side and just end up chasing the total without much hassle. Just build that partnership. So yeah.
Okay, Shubham saying 47. Show me where you standing. Give me a specific number.
I think I'll go again. I'll go with the 42. I also echo Neha's thoughts around that Delhi will try to be a little conservative. Not that because they would, they will play any kind of not bold cricket, but at the same time, we have seen what has happened even in the RCB game that day, right? We did lose a few early wickets. The wicket tries to slow down, tends to slow down. So I think those things will make Delhi play a little restricted cricket, but we just saw boundaries.
And we saw another boundary as well, back-to-back boundaries from Meg Lanning. So she's really wanting to get on with it. Catherine Bryce, good in swing, good shape, but again, the offside field, everyone's up. So Lanning, honestly, there's no better player in the world to thread the eye of the needle the way she does. Shubham Rai, meanwhile, saying 43. Vihit Kurma saying 45. Chandra saying 35. And Shubham Gupta saying 47. And Lanning this time goes onside and pulls again. And that could be the third boundary on the trot. So Catherine Bryce not really enjoying her time with the ball in her very first over. So just when you guys said restricted cricket, Meg Lanning pulls out
Unleashes
three
three
boundaries.
boundaries.
Yeah, three boundaries, unfurling those boundaries, as Asha Bogle would say. I would go for I would go for a 51 for none after six. I think they're just going to be circumspect when it comes to being circumspect, just like now she has played a perfect forward defense, but they will, of course, target the loose balls and play to the field indeed. Deadline for the power play prediction. I'm guessing the 2.5 over mark, 2.3 overs, lock in your prediction. So at least you guys can't fudge it later on and be like, yeah, listen, I said this, I said that. But look, one thing you guys can do right now, and there's four more. So that's an expensive over. So 19 for none, 16 came off that over. And already, Neha and Xiaomi's predictions might be blown out of the water with Meg Lanning and what she's done over there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like this particular video, guys, because what I've realized is lots of you guys join our watch along, lots of you guys follow our watch along, whether it's on Twitter or on Facebook or on Instagram. We're not doing it on Instagram today, but we're doing it on YouTube as well. We do it on YouTube normally. But all you guys literally don't like it. Why is that? Can you put a reason to it? I mean, just tell me in the comments as well, but please do it. And Manish, good old Manish, saying 62. Manish, you remember that you can't take part in this contest because if you and me win, buddy, then pretty much we'll have to give our gifts to someone else. So you can take part in the community sense, but 62 indeed. What a shot that is from Shefali Varma, because she's taken Shakil down the ground for four. So there's been a flurry of boundaries here, Neha, and RCB guys saying 52 over here. Do you think Meg Lanning and Shefali are just literally already looking at that final and already looking at this match as a practice for that final?
Oh yeah, definitely because they don't have the added eliminator or anything to go through. So yeah, just might as well make merry while you can. And this is versus a somewhat depleted Gujarat Giants bowling attack, right? I mean, they've just had a really tough time with their bowling, the kind of combinations and everything. So yeah, might as well just pile on their misery, I think.
No, indeed. And four more talk about bad bowling being exploited. And you feel for the young girl because we spoke about Shakil prior to the game, during the first innings as well in this watch along. And this will be a big test for her. I mean, surely the WPL has generally been a big test for her, Neha and Xiaomi, but bowling to Meg Lanning and Shefali Verma in this form, in this stage of the game, it's really tough. So, any advice you'd want to give Shakil?
Also, yeah, I think just bowl the line. Just bowl the line and don't worry about anything else. But yeah, I mean, Meg Lanning will also be in hunt for that orange cap, right? So she will definitely want to make the most of this game. I mean, back to back orange caps. Wow.
Back-to-back orange caps is insane because no one else can catch up. We predicting Mandana. I think RK Cricket said I boldly going for Elise Perry still, but if she does get another 50 here, the orange cap contest could be put to bed. And Chapati Kurma only scores against Minho Singh Thurup marked top. Is that a funny name for Shafali, which is doing the rounds, or is it just you with that little cheeky comment about Shafali? But Thurup, look, as long as you're chatty, that's all that matters because you've actually enjoyed our watch alongs because I know that you keep popping up, whether it's me, Akshay, or anyone else. Shawmi's just dropped off because she might have to just go quickly get her dinner, but that's fine. Me and Neha will take over, and Manish laughing as usual, indeed. 99 saying Ash the introvert.
Ooh.
I
That's
mean,
like more than half the total just chased down in the power play.
come to think of it, no one's ever scored 100 in the power play, right? Even in the IPL. Or did that Suresh Raina innings? I think they were 100 for 2 after 6 overs or something.
Wow.
And I think that's the scene. Wrapped in the pads, and I think it's drifting down. I also think RCB got 100 when Gale scored that 175 against Pune. I'm pretty sure we were probably near 100 after the power play.
I think even when KL Rahul got his half century, did something like that happen? Like within the power play, they were like racing off to 100.
Oh, yeah, that's a good shout. Let us know if you guys can help us out with this. Where have you guys seen a power play yielding 100 of a team's total in terms of a team effort in any T20 league? You can give us PSL, IPL, WPL examples, but obviously it's not happening in the WPL. Speaking of runs being leaked, there's 4 more, and Delhi fans are absolutely loving that. That's another expensive over. If the second over costed Gujarat 16, Neha, this one has costed them 12. And this power play prediction, well, you guys hopefully have locked in all your power play scores because I said 2.3, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at the end of
2.3.
2.3.
Yeah, 2.3. So let's see if Jagmeet is right. He said 64, Tushar 54, RCB guy 52, and Manish 62 as well. I said 51. A lot of the others still have it pretty much going. Could happen. You're 47 from Shubham, you're 45 from Vihit, but it looks really, really tough. By the way, also, can you guys do me a favor and tell me where you guys are watching from? And where do you guys normally like watching our watch alongs? Is it Facebook? Is it YouTube? Is it X? Or is it Instagram? In fact, the producer can put a live poll out with regards to how is a watch along consumed. And you guys can be honest. Maybe there could be just 100% YouTube thingy here, but still, there's a runner chance here. Brilliant bit of fielding, and Meg Lanning was sent back by Shafali, and she could be gone here. We've seen how runouts do play a funny part in the scheme of things. Shafali is just like, I'm sorry, but that's not going to matter, Shafali, if Meg is going to be given
Oh,
out. It's tight, right? It's a great
yeah.
throw, but Lanning's done well. I think Danning's done well. Has she? It's touch and go. This it is absolutely touch and go. I think she's gone. Lanning
Oh,
has to go
no.
out. Yeah, it was a full dive, absolute full dive, but Lanning goes for 18. That is crazy. Shubham Gupta saying power play score over 100 in IPL has been scored only twice, 105 versus RCB. Narayan 50, how could I forget that when he put us to
Ah.
the sword? And CSK 100 for 2 versus Punjab. Rena 87. Thanks for that information, Shubham Gupta. Shubham, I mean, honestly, we've just bid goodbye to our stats pan because he was thinking of greener pastures. If you're looking out for a stats pan job, let us know, man. If you're Bangalore based or if you already have a job, but you're just here for the content and you love us. But really appreciate that little stat over there. The RCB guy saying, I remember KKR once scored 105 in the power play against
Oh.
RCB. And Shubham did confirm that. That was at Narayan 50, where he went absolutely apeshit. Maybe 71 saying Ash the introvert. By the way, you guys have already like all your predictions will be invalid right now in terms of first innings power play predictions because 2.3 was when we asked you to finalize your predictions. So still a lot of people in the reckoning over here. Meanwhile, I also want to, of course, ask Neha about her favorite WPL memory because we're ending into the group stage. what has been one thing which is on your mind, which will stick with you when you look back at season two?
I mean, there are a lot of memories, because this season has been special in that sense. But I think it has to be Asha Shobna's Pfeiffer. I know this happened in the Bangalore like some time back, but it's how much those wickets really meant to her, the whole celebration that came out and the kind of story she's had, right? I think for me, that was a big takeaway from like an RCB POV. Even the emergence of, say, a Sajna, right? The number of knocks we've seen from her, clutch knocks, absolute berserk innings, and the kind of finisher we have wanted for long. Even I think Jemima, coming and consoling Richa after that heartbreaking loss. These are moments that really kind of stay with you. So yeah, I think these are my top moments, so to say.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Sachna's last ball six to kickstart the tournament was brilliant. I think, oh, good shot, but gone. 2 wickets here, and that could really do a
Oh,
world of good for all those people in the predictions because not a single run has been scored, and Alice Capsey departs for a duck this evening. So Tanuja Kanwar, first bowling tight prior to this wicket, but now she's got a wicket to show for it as well. So Sajna's last ball six. Yeah, Arish, I agree with you over there. But for me, it has to be Elise Perry and breaking that bloody car, which was great to see. Honestly,
yeah.
great to see. I mean, we've not really seen it that much in the IPL. Maybe we have, but I really can't think of it. But Elise Perry doing that in the Bangalore leg, it was good to see. Sunil Narayan and KKR scored 100 in the power play. Yep, Ash the introvert. And 54 seems like a long way now, Saint Tushar. Indeed, yeah, we were all kind of going crazy in terms of predictions, but now I think he's pulled it back. Xiaomi is back with a food indeed. I'll just ask her about her favorite WPL memory so far this season. But before she answers, Shubham, we're planning to do this during the IPL at least, especially before and after big games. So do watch us. And if you guys don't follow us on X, what are you waiting for? Go check us out over there. Uh, I just want to ask Xiaomi her particular WPL memory, and I will be back in literally 2 minutes, girls. So manage this stream for 5 minutes, and I'll just be back.
Sure. Yeah, so Shami, what are your favorite women's Premier League memories? Like I was talking about the Sajna's, final over six, then Asha Shobna's 5-4, and Avanish brought in the Ellis Perry hitting a six and breaking that
Oh,
car
yeah.
ka shisha.
Doesn't nothing exceeds that. I think that's my moment as well. And not plugging it in, but if you guys see my Instagram and the way my dog was reacting to my reaction, I think that kind of summed up a lot of my emotions as well. So yeah, I think it was that's the moment we have not seen such kind of a display of power, that kind of a display of so much of adrenaline, excitement.
Yeah.
Till I mean, there have been great moments, but that definitely stands out. Also, Asha Shobana's Pfeiffer, I think that was one of the very very key moments for me during the entire tournament.
Yeah, definitely. And I think for the softer moments when Jemima was kind of like comforting Richa, after that one run
Yeah.
loss. वो भी
Just give me
अच्छा
one
था,
second.
yeah.
My dog is barking. I'll just take her in and I'll come back in a minute.
Yeah, so I think it's just me in the watch along right now. But yeah, we see Delhi kind of cruise. At least on my Geo stream, it's 31 for
No, no,
2 at the end of 4 hours. Hey, Shawmi's back. Yeah, I was just going to be like, I have to talk to myself in this watch along till you both return.
yeah.
But yeah, man, I think a lot of predictions people had given, like, 40, 45, 50, or and all that might be, kind of eclipsed, no, by Delhi, the way they're going, even though they lost 2 wickets.
Yeah, I think also the back-to-back wickets. Why did it happen? Were they trying to hit too hard, or were it like genuine good
And
balls?
it,
And
it just looked like soft dismissals, honestly. Ek to, this one, Meghlaning ka, it was a run out, a very unfortunate run out. And Alice Capsy to just straight to the fielder. So, yeah.
uh,
And I was
I
just
think they did a
smiling
lot.
at the. Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
smiling at the comment. Yeah, are you related to Sunil Shetty or Rishabh Shetty? Yes. In my day, I've told people that they are all related to me, all uncles and everything. But yeah, they're not related to me, Vihit. And also, I think today can be the day, right, when Shifali actually comes good with a good knock and, kind of sees through Delhi, gives them confidence, kind of going into that finals as well, no?
Yeah, I mean, but she have got a few of those moments, of course, Shifali,
Huh.
uh, with the bat as well as on the field. I mean, that the other day when she ran out Richa, I think she have had her moments. अब मतलब अब ठीक है, अब इतना थोड़ा आराम से, अब अगला पता नहीं मैच किसके साथ होगा, तो लेट्स जस्ट टेक इट
Fair
इजी.
enough. Yeah.
By the way, welcome back to me, and also Turup asking Shami what she's eating. Shami, what are you eating?
I told just a little while before,
Or did
it's the same dinner every day. Yeah, it's oats, soybean, eggs or chicken, and yeah,
so what?
that's
Mad
it.
So
consistency.
so what is your
And
cheat
vegetarian.
meal? You have a cheat meal week on week, right?
I mean, it's not, it's there's nothing in terms of, I mean, I don't really plan it out. But yeah, a cheat meal would be a dosa. I mean, I love dosa.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask Neha if you have to kind of tell anyone outside Bangalore to try something in Bangalore, food wise, what would that be and why?
It has to be benne dosa, man. I think the Davangere benne dosa that we get here in some of the shops is just like top notch, amazing stuff. So they should definitely try that. Even the masala dosa, right? Like no questions asked about that. So these two have to be. If you come to Bangalore, you should try that. Live chat, folks.
And please
I have
don't
a
just
couple of
go to
other options.
Rameshwaram. Not just
Rameshwaram.
Rameshwaram. Not Rameshwaram. Yeah, I mean it's great show because the amount of ghee they put in, and what a shot that is for six, by the way, from yeah, Charlie it was. And who's the cute dog is that barking?
Show me.
Yeah. What's
Oh,
wrong with you,
doggy.
Mama? 1 second, I just need to take her up.
Right. It's fine. Doggy duty for Xiaomi over there. And yeah, I would just maybe Benny Dosa is a good chat. I would just go on to say with the Dosa chat, I'm a huge fan of set dosas. I generally feel like I like
Ah.
the little fluffy ones. And even there's one near Sanjay Nagar, the Davangari Benny Dosa, that's proper good. The Mace Dosa camp near Davely Parallel Road is also really good. And when I was in Hyderabad as well, they can make a really good dosa, but nothing beats a Bangalore dosa indeed.
Yeah.
Umesh dosa is very good. Thank you, Turup. So I don't have bad taste buds after all, do I? But indeed. And we saying dosa is my healthy meal. I can tell by the looks of that face in that picture, which is obviously Virat and Rohit merged together. And Vihit
I have a
asking, saying,
couple
are
of
you related to Sunil Shetty or Rishabh Shetty? Neha?
Yeah, yeah. I answered this with, on my on earlier occasions I've been like, yeah, yeah, related to them. I meet them on a regular basis, but now, yeah, I don't think the joke lands as much. So no.
Yeah. So, sorry, Shami, I cut you off. What were you saying?
No, I think apart from dosa, I think I have a couple of very favorite stuff in Bangalore. One is I love lemon tarts, and I haven't had a better lemon tart in my life than the one that we get in Cakewala, Jayanagar 40 block. They have these very small bite-sized lemon tarts. Like back in the day, it used to be like $15, but I think that's the best lemon tart I've ever had. So that's one, and definitely Neha. I don't know whether you've tried out Green Theory. I don't know whether they're still there or not. Mm, it's probably in Residency Road. It's a very small
Oh,
cafe, a very home cooked kind of a Italian place.
wow, gotta
Superb
check it
pasta
out.
and super Italian.
Residency Road
Fresh.
Italian. I'll definitely know this joint if there is one.
Yeah.
Is it a non-vegetarian one?
They no, it's a vegetarian one.
Is it Little Italy? It could be Little Italy. Maybe not.
No, it's not. It's called Green Theory.
Oh, it's called Green Theory. Yeah, yeah. That's off Convent Road. Um,
That's off one. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, correct. Yeah, Green Theory is a good place as well. And Manish
yeah.
Shetty saying Neer Dosa and Suka. Oh my God, yeah, Neer Dosa, man, is honestly, I can have that. Like, when people say, Neha, like, choose one meal you can eat for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it has to be near dosa.
Yeah, dude, neer dosa goes well with anything. It goes
Yeah.
well as your breakfast. It goes well with stew for lunch also. Meanwhile, speaking of sumptuous things, look at that for a sumptuous shot from Jemima Rodriguez because she's just absolutely blazed this one through the offside.
So sad. Yeah.
Yeah. Just on Tanuja Kanwar, guys. India potential with regards to, I don't know, maybe she could enter that particular starting 11 or no? She's a far away from that.
For me, in all honesty, it's a far-fetched one because I know she's had good returns in the domestic circuit, but even in the Women's Premier League, we've seen her, blow hot and cold, like, performances here and there. Like, she was amongst the wickets and the shining light for Gujarat in that first league, first leg, but does not inspire a lot of confidence to, make it immediately into the Indian playing 11. So I'd probably just, hold my horses on that.
Okay. By the way, the power play is done. And do we have a winner? 45 for 2. Now. Let me go back to that particular prediction contest. Were there any 45s? There was.
I think it's
We
Vihit, yeah,
hit. Oh man, you've hit this on out
jackpots.
of the park. You won. So get in touch with us on Twitter, on X, DM us, and of course we'll send you the 500 buck voucher. So well done, Vihit Kurma.
What's your
Well
real
done.
name, Vihit?
Yeah, what is your real name? Let us
He'll
know.
have to reveal it.
Yeah.
Oh, down the ground. What a shot that is. That is a shot of the evening. And that is
Oh.
probably the biggest six in this Delhi leg of the WPL because I know I've seen a big one in the Bangalore leg. But look at this for a shot, ladies. Shafali Varma bouncing down the track. First ball of Ash Gardner, and she
Oh, what a
plants
shot.
her for six over long on. I mean, what a shot that is. What a shot that is. Sanjay Papigiri, welcome to the chat. Good to see you, man. It's been a while. He goes on to say, girls out of context, but how good has a refreshing change in BCCI Twitter handle been? Can't handle this much good content since the World Cup going up by BCCI's history. And they're putting out something about Rishabh Pant, right? Tomorrow, I think they're hashtagging it, calling it the Miracle Man, the best ever comeback story. They're dubbing it that way. And to be fair, what happened to Rishabh that ghastly night and how he's come back. Honestly, touch wood and onwards and upwards for Rishabh Pant. Not just if you're a Delhi fan and an India fan, but from a cricket perspective, from a human perspective, it's always good to see players back and make a fantastic comeback. He goes on to reveal his real name. And are you guys ready? People in the chat? His real name is Rohat Shahili, which is obviously another joke because if you do the math, Vihit Kurma is the exact opposite of Rohat Shahili. So yeah, that's that. Oh, she goes down the ground again, not down the ground, but to mid wicket for a single this time. So Shefali clearly needs to get done with this match because maybe she has a dinner reservation or two that she needs to get to. And she's really going after the bowling. So, yeah, Vahid, congratulations on that particular prediction. 45 was the score of the power play, and you said correctly and called correctly. Now, that leads me to my second contest of the second innings, which is the time. And this is a very tricky one. I don't think in the history of this contest anyone's won it, but many people have come close. Our good friend Jagmeet Singh Oberoi has come close many a time but hasn't won it. So again, we're asking you, tell us the time the game will finish, i.e., the winning runs being hit or the last wicket being taken. What time will it be? Right now, to everyone watching this, it's 9:37 p.m. exactly. So is it going to be 10:07? Is it going to be maybe after that? Tell us exactly, and who knows? Randomly, you can say 10:13 and then win 500 bucks. So just get interactive in the comments. And speaking of Jagmeet, who always loves these time contests, goes on to say, I like Taza Tindi in Bengaluru, their dosa, Casey Bath, and filtered coffee.
Ah,
That's a good spot as well.
good choice.
There are a lot of hidden gems that way, I feel, in terms of food opportunities in Bangalore. A lot of people don't like Bangalore food that much, and I don't know why. But talk about not liking something. You cannot not like this because Shefali Varma has absolutely put Ash Gardner into misery park here because another six on the stroke of that strategic timeout. So 61 for 2 after 7.
Oh, what a
Shefali's
shot.
motoring along 35-19. Well done to that. So Darshan Senthil saying 9:59 p.m. Tushar Singh saying 10:08 p.m. Let's see how it goes. I hate truffles. Don't know why it's so hype. Truffles honestly has lost standards, and look, it
Yeah.
was really good, guys, when it was ice and
Yeah.
spice back in the day. Really back
And
in
when
the
it was a smaller shop,
day.
when it was a smaller shop,
Exactly, a
yeah,
small shop, just
Yeah.
that iconic St. Mark's Road outlet,
yeah,
and then it just expanded. I think they have one everywhere right now. And I was a huge fan of the Mississippi mud pies. It was really good. They had that Rocky Road burger, which is also really good, and other things. But if I order from Truffles nowadays, what do I get? I probably get the grilled fish with the butter sauce. I think because of my healthy sort of thing. So that's my scene. But yeah, I get where you're coming from, Shubham. Meanwhile, the other Shubham saying 10:26 and Thrup saying 10:16. Girls, what are you feeling? 10:39 right now. Do you think this game will last another half an hour or another 20 minutes? Because Darshan saying Darshan things 9:59.
Yeah. I think the game will probably get over by like 10:25, 10:30. Yeah, 10:25. Chalo.
10:25. Okay, that's a while. That's a while from now. RCB guys saying 10:09. Remember, if anyone does get it right, I'm pretty sure we will reach out.
I
I
think
mean, you
let's
reach
do a
out to us and we will.
10:15.
10:15.
Yeah.
Okay, 10:15. I'm going for 10:17. There been multiple WPL games which has ended at that point in time, so I'm going to say 10:17. Turup saying 10:16, so it could be touch and go with that case. But right now, even these kind of small little strategic timeouts add to it, right? So again, it's something that you can't control. But speaking of the strategic timeout, it's only fair that we do a really quick quiz yet again, and I'm going to ask you things about Elise Perry and her
Ah,
particular career, right? So
let's go.
are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, super. So let's start with some of the easy stats right now. Um Name me okay, fine. This is a simple one. Name me three teams that Elise Perry plays for in terms of cricket teams. You can say any team.
Uh, I'd go with Royal
Sydney
Challengers
RCB,
Bangalore, Sydney Sixers, Victoria.
Sydney Sixers, and
No,
New
she doesn't
South
play for Victoria.
Wales,
New South Wales.
New South Wales.
New South
and
Wales.
RCB. Yeah.
And RCB indeed. Okay. Uh, and now another question before we just go back to the proceedings. Uh, she, of course, became the youngest Australian ever to play international cricket. So, what age was that?
I think it
17.
was 17. I was thinking that only.
It is 17.
No,
Before her
16.
17th birthday, spot on.
17. Okay.
She debuted, I
16.
think,
Yeah.
in the second ODI against New Zealand, and it was before her 17th birthday. So well done. And finally, a telling question about Elise Perry. I want to know uh, this particular question. Okay. Um, she has the third highest career batting average in women's tests ever. What is the average that she has?
She scored that double century and all. I think it's like some 64, 65, I think. Or is it too
Okay.
high?
Average six. Yeah, maybe 60. 60. Yeah, 60 should be. Yeah.
Okay, you guys were really close. Both of you, I'll give you the points. It was 61.86.
Oh.
She's played 13 tests and she's nailed over 900 runs with an average of 61. So, Elise Perry, well done. And lots of people randomly saying things as well. 48, random guess, Shubham Rai, close, but no, indeed. Neha, are you vegetarian? She is, Turup. She is. She just confessed that a while ago, indeed. Right, back to proceedings right now. And 63 for 2. Only time will tell when this game will get over, but I'm expecting to see another little good cameo from Jemima because she's just such a good batter to watch.
True.
But Shafari looks like she really wants to get on with this particular game and finish it in a hurry. Right, another left arm sort of spinner is not Tanuja Kanwar. It is, of course, who's
Manat.
bowling this?
Manat Kashyap.
Manat Kashyap, indeed. How has she fared in this tournament, Manat Kashyap?
Not that great, honestly, not amongst the wickets. That also is, largely you can attribute it to because of how Beth Mooney has, kind of used her. And because the bowling has been under pressure throughout, there isn't much, the young spinner could do. So, yeah, very average season, so to say.
Yeah, very average. By the way, I'd like to just quickly take this opportunity to plug in a few things on cricket.com because it is a rejuvenated website of late. And if you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out because there's a lot of things you can check it out on with regards to the watch along, like you can see, but also some written pieces a look ahead to the T20 World Cup, look ahead to the IPL, lots of play pieces in that, and you can play the Asli Fantasy on cricket.com. Indeed, there was also match stories like this. Pei Pei too spicy for Mumbai Indians was a yesterday one written by Akash. Lots of good insight from our writers, so go give them some love and like their particular content because there's some good ones to, of
Where is
course,
Gaurav
read.
today?
Gaurav, I think, I don't know, he's not chatting in the comment. And look, I'm liking their
Yeah.
particular content, so go like their particular content as well. Gaurav, I don't know. I think he's normally really chatting in the comments, but where are you, Mr. Nandan Tripathi? Are you there and thereabouts, but you've not been chatty? I know he's a huge RCB fan as well, just like all of us. Another single over there on the leg side for Jemmy. But yeah, Gaurav Nandan Tripathi, go follow him on his Twitter as well. Like he's one of those big writers for WPL. I think he's been making a lot of good sense with his written pieces. So that is going to be something to watch out for indeed. Right. Jemmy and Shefali, two of India's brightest prospects at the crease right now. Neha, what do you feel is the road ahead for these two in T20? Shefali, we know, is no stranger to this format. But Jemmy as well. Oh, just when I say that, a cotton bowl chance goes begging, and it's a drop chance, but she'll get a single. So, Shefali, how do you sum up her tournament? And many people having their own critique, own arguments against her, but where does she stand for you, Shefali Verma?
I think Shefali has really made a case for herself this Women's Premier League, right? We've seen some great knocks coming from her. And I think even earlier in conversation when like you were not there, I was telling Xiaomi, today would be a great opportunity for her to, kind of just lead this run chase and just get the job done, because we have often seen her do this in company of Meg Lanning, but doing it solitary would be great. So I'd say she's definitely, going to be a part of India's, squads going ahead, no doubt about that. And even talking about Jemima, right? I think she's really, turned like made a name for herself in T20s. Often comes under criticism for not hitting enough boundaries, but the kind of knocks she has played, right, impactful ones, and certainly warrants a place in the team, and can be perfect in that middle order as well. Probably coming in at either three or four. Yeah.
Do you agree, Shami?
Yeah, exactly. I think even before the start of the tournament, we were really looking at how the Indian core, I mean the standard India team players perform, because coming into this tournament, that was one of the things that we were all very worried about, that the Indian women were not in the best of their form, and that's what we have seen in the India Australia series and even the India England series that had preceded. So yeah, we were really looking forward to this tournament to act as a platform for these women to kind of get back into form, and I think Shefali had used this pretty strongly. Jemima, as I think I had written this in the chat before, that she has been quite great. I mean, we have all spoken about Jemima as like really turning into that three format player, but I think she's really come up flourished well in this WPL, especially considering that she was not considered the best of the T20 format player. So yeah, over and above, happy space for the Indian women to be in. But I do feel that there was a lot more of opportunity that Smriti Mandhana could have used, considering the stature of a player she is. It could have been a much better WPL for her.
Indeed. In fact, if you look at Jemmy and Shefali's numbers before this game started, it was almost neck for neck, over 190 runs in their 7 innings. But actually, Jemmy had a Shefali esque strike rate compared to Shefali herself. Jemmy is striking at 160 in this tournament, averaging close to 40. And Shefali is also above 30 as an average, but striking at 145. So you could see how Jemmy's upped her game. She has all the shots in her repertoire, and only time will tell how she finishes the particular tournament, with Delhi already in that final. Darshan going on to say Shefali obliterated GG in a similar situation last year. If memory serves, she finished them well before 9:59. Speaking of finishing proceedings, Shefali is in no mood to hold back right now, because what she's doing is taking Ash Gardner on and punishing her, really taking her to the cleaners. Jagmeet Singh Oberoi saying 10:24. Already, this is the last over. Remember to lock in your time predictions, because it is, of course, before the 10th over that we like to get this competition at least locked in with all your predictions. Oh, she's gone again, and she's got six more. She's going to finish it. I mean, all you people saying 10-5 onwards, mind you, because what Shafali now needs under 50, and Ash Gardner, man, I feel for her. I really feel for her. And you can really read the explicits as well with what she had to say to Beth Mooney right now. She just said, fudge me, what I bowl to this one, honestly. But yeah, I feel for her. And honestly, I also feel for. You look at that expression. I mean, just look at this, okay? They're showing
Yeah.
a close up of Ash
Ash
Gardner,
Gardner. Mm.
and you could see
She's just
her.
too frustrated at this point. Yeah.
Right, I think it's going to be more boundaries because she's
Yeah,
already
they
kind of
all can
through.
read the lips.
Yeah, indeed. Queen Sri Lanka owns Jemmy saying Thurup. And do you also think Jamami in full flow resembles AB de Villiers when you see the kind of positions she gets to do? Very, very orthodox in terms of her play, but she
Yeah.
also has a reverse sweep. She has all those little funky shots, which is great. Ash Tintabat saying, do you guys think Harmanpreet is going to maintain her current form or she'll go again back
Fingers
to her
crossed.
usual? We hope from an Indian lens, we definitely hope Harmanpreet will produce blinders like that 95 not out that she got, and that still stands as the highest score this WPL. There is, of course, different things that we can talk about going forward. But this over is almost coming to an end. 81 for 2, 9.5. Keep your comments coming through. I don't know how the spread of viewership is happening in the watch alongs because it can show me about 100 people watching, but I think that's distributed accordingly on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We've in fact put a poll out as well where about 25 y'all who voted already, where you guys normally enjoy a watch along, and it's been a hands down YouTube. So obviously YouTube has been something that you guys love. We will try to timestamp every IPL video and watch along going forward because you can see all the crazy bits and reactions and wickets and moments of magic in that particular game. Jagmeet quickly changing it to 10-12. Look at him, JSO being JSO indeed. So yeah, I mean, I think Xiaomi did say 10-15 straight up, but right now it depends on Shafali because then they can really get into a muddle. I know this Marizan cap. I know Jess Jonathan will also want to not really dilly dally, and yeah, Delhi won't like to dilly dally. Let's put it that way. Please like this particular video because lots of you guys are watching it, but just what 30 likes right now. We're aiming for at least 50 likes. I know it's not an RCB game. All the RCB watch-alongs have just garnered so much of traction. It's amazing. All the watch-alongs generally, girls. It's kudos to you all as well as Akshay. A minimum viewership of 1.4K, 1.5K, 2.2K. I think the highest watch along was the one that we did, 5.2K. So get in there. I know
Yeah.
Akshay will be like, bro, all the watch alongs I've done is also 3K, 2K. But look, I'm not taking anything away from him or y'all. But what's the best thing about watch alongs for y'all, really quickly? Because I think we'll do two more before the end of the season. But for you and watch alongs, what's the beauty of it?
I think it's just being candid, right? Watching the match with a bunch of people in the live chat, just having these honest conversations and just coming up with our perspectives and insights. It just feel like, you're having a conversation with your friends, but it's just, being streamed and watched by so many people. So that's it. I think, yeah, it's definitely a good space to, be in and just express your opinions.
And express indeed. And I, for example, was watching the one that Akshay was losing his shit with the RCB bowlers, and then he was like literally calling them gades or whatever. And I was just like, you can't do that, bro. And he was like, bro, I'm so passionate about the game. And then I realized that all you guys are also really into the game. So it is an opportunity for us to have us say yes, but also just be our true selves, right, Shami?
Yeah, and there was one game where where we were actually trying to think that what would Avanish do if he were here, because it's too funny because Akshay was saying, "Yeah, आलू की बोरी जैसे गिर गई," and then we were like, "Okay, what would Avnish say?" And he was trying to think what you will say, and he was like, "It's just like a sack of potato, it just fall down." It was absolute fun. But yeah, what I love about this watch alongs, of course, have I had not been a part of the watch alongs? I don't know with the amount of workload that I have in my office, how much I would have been so consistent with the matches. So that's definitely a part. I have enjoyed this thorough experience with you guys, as well as now we know people. Like, it'll be great to have a face to them, but now at least we know the people who joins us, and I feel we have developed a connect there. uh,
Yeah,
Beyond that, I think there's a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge that is there in this room cumulatively. I mean, of course, Neha being the nerdiest of all, she is the knowledge bank. Akshay being the most expressive amongst all of us. But then beyond all of that as well, we know the people who watches along with us have a solid knowledge bank. So it's great to have that knowledge sharing. So yeah, over and above, a great experience, not just from the fun point of view, but from the point of view of loving and analyzing this game a lot better.
yeah, and it's very candid, as you can see. Just random people strolling in and out of frames, doorbells going above, people being on mute. You guys would know that with Gujarat Mo in particular, but spot on from you girls. And it's the best part about this community. You say knowledge in the room. I'm saying knowledge in the chat as well, because all these guys might be having,
Yeah.
yeah,
Full
like
one.
in terms of you look at even Turup and all these guys, they might be really making some slanderous comments. Chuchant, for example, Jay Jagmeet, but all of them have really good opinions, and it's all accepted here on cricket.com. You get 10 marks for your answer. Soumi saying Vihit, Darshan saying that clip of Avanish and Akshay during the Cummins bid in the IPL auction is an all-time favorite. We
Nothing beats
appreciate
it.
that. That is
Nothing beats
unbelievable.
it, yeah.
That is unbelievable indeed. And Harsh Tiwari saying, isn't DC already through to the final? They already are.
More or
They
less.
already are. So they're also 30 runs away from another win in WPL 2. They've had a fantastic tournament, and this girl, Shefali Verma, is now 55-30, and she's just having a range hitting session right now, which benefits all of us because I know Xiaomi just had a dinner. Neha is an early eater. She almost has supper more than dinner, but even I can get tucked in sooner rather than later because Shefali Verma is really lighting up the Firosha Kotla right now. She took down Ash Gardner. She put her out of the attack. Now she's going after the pacer. And all you guys with your time predictions, hold on to your horses, Darshan, because you said 9:59. It's 9:55. So let's see how that goes. And there could be, oh my God, Momo's being fed to me. It's rude for me to eat with my mouth full, but I don't know. People can't stop feeding me in my house, I'm guessing. Anyway, Chandra saying, yeah, Avnish and Akshay losing during comments. Also my favorite too. Plenty of reactions like that in IPL 2024. So that's how it is. This Momo is pretty average, actually, not the worst,
Oh.
but not the best either. And it's ordered, so it's not home food. So just that thing's that. She's going again, and no, just a single this time. I know we're going to have that time prediction contest, girls, but how much do you think Shefali will get tonight? A good 75-80?
Yeah. I think she looks on par to get that because what they require is another 20 odd runs.
20 runs. Yeah.
हाँ,
कहाँ से
she
आया?
should get.
80.
अरे she'll only end up doing the bulk of the scoring with boundaries. Jemima को आने की जरूरत नहीं है from the other end. Yeah, at least a 60. Yeah, come on. 65.
59 तो है ही.
हाँ, 60.
Four more. They're in a hurry, girls. There is something going on in the Delhi Capitals team tonight. They're surely having a party of sort because they want to just finish off proceedings so early. And Jemmy now getting a gift on her legs, which she fully takes advantage of. Ash the introvert saying RCB Women has a good team, but the management really need to figure out the batting order and stop experimenting every time. Obviously, you can't really see the women's game like the men's game because they just have 7 or 8 games. It could be 4 more. Here it is. So look, 17 required right now with still 8.5 overs remaining, 8.2 overs remaining to be precise with y'all. And it's 9:57. Darshan's getting excited all of a sudden. And let's see how that really goes through. But yeah, Ash the introvert, let's see if it really trickles forward that way for RCB, especially in that eliminator. There will be a lot of fans saying, why are you changing the batting order in this crunch game? People will be like, change the batting order because we've not seen any sort of dividends in it so far. So polarizing opinions indeed. And Kushal Shah just popped in by saying, I think it'll end by 10-10. Now, Kushal, good prediction, but I don't think you'll get the props because that prediction contest ended at the 10th over mark. So all your answers will be invalid, unfortunately. Turup, meanwhile, saying, I loved your LSG versus RCB watch-along. That was one hell of a watch-along, man. I mean, if anyone can go check it out again, I think I've reacted in such a animated, passionate way when Ayush Badoni got caught and Virat Kohli took that catch. I just lost my mind as a true Bangalore fan. So go check that out if you guys have some time later this week. And six
That one
more.
was which
This
one?
is
The
getting done.
Chinnaswamy one or
No,
the Lucknow one?
this is the Ekana. Because of
Acha.
the Chinnaswamy
Okay.
the Chinnaswamy one, I think I was part of the watch along, but I had to rush off for main bits to do fan cams as well. But girls, just come back to this game. This whole prediction contest, 9:59 it is right now, and there were 10 away. So did anyone say 10-2, 10:05, 10:11? 10:23 there was 10:09 is the RCB guy, 10:08 Tushar Singh, and remember Vihit Korma has already won that 500 buck coupon. So 9 more to win right now, and they're honestly doing it so easily, so effortlessly. It's amazing. Shifali's on 66 to 35, and Jemmy also has got some key runs under her belt tonight. Let us know what was the best part of this game. If you guys enjoyed anything, whether it was just me, Neha, and Xiaomi chatting usually. RCB versus KK and the Chinnaswamy will be mouth-watering, saying Shubham Gupta. Yeah, that is a game we'll be doing fan camps. So I might go for that game as well if RCB are kind enough to give me hospitality tickets. They normally do once in a while. So let me see if I can flex over there. Neha, Xiaomi, are you guys going for any IPL games?
I was trying to book the tickets, but that link, the Pays app thing that came today, but yeah, the it was just crashing, man. It's just so hard to get these tickets.
How much are you willing to spend on a ticket? For example, an RCB CSK game at home, for example, are you talking about 5 grand, 7 grand for a ticket, or you wouldn't even venture to buy a ticket which is so expensive?
Yeah, I mean, today I think the range was starting at like 3,300 or so. So I was like, that's still fine, but not more than like 7 grand, 10 grand, man. That's just way too expensive, no?
Precisely, and I think except for a few stadiums, the watching experience is so bad. I mean, I have kind of, after the World Cup, I have kind of lost the interest of actually going out to a stadium and watching the game because, firstly, you don't understand anything from the stands. In many of the stadiums, there's hardly a proper scoreboard that you can follow. So it just gets so difficult, and this entire experience of plus going, coming back, it's way too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless, of course, you're
I
getting
agree.
hospitality.
That is true. That's why I honestly like. I've seen
Yeah,
so many games in the
exactly.
past where I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather just watch it from the comfort of my home or office. Or the worst is now in the last 2-3 years because of fan cams. If there's a game which goes down to the wire, I literally have to watch it with my producer on the phone on the way to the Chinnaswamy, and that's where it's just like, oh my god, please let the internet not hang. When especially the RCB LSG game, and I could hear it from the crowd that they were giving us telltale signs and be like, what's happened? Was madness. Right, are we going to see the winning shot in the final ball of this over? 124 for 2. Shafali's of 71 to 36. Definite man of the match candidate for me. Sorry, woman of the match candidate for me. And she's got a wide. There's 2 more to be not knocked off by Delhi, if I have to say. Shubham saying, wait, we can buy tickets now? I don't think not now, but I was just reading about the prices in terms of every team in certain home games, so on and so forth. For RCB, it's quite ridiculous. Now she comes down the ground and she's gone. So you'll
Oh
have to
no.
wait. Whoever said 10:02, was there any 10:02s? I don't think there was any 10:02s. This could do anyone a world of good. No, it doesn't. So Shefali has to go. There wouldn't be a little asterisk next to her name or score because she departs. But Delhi getting the job done, and it was just whether it would be by 7 wickets or 8 wickets, it'll probably be 7 wickets right now. And Delhi showing a little teaser to Smriti and Harman and what's in store for them, saying Chandra 24. Remember, it's been a fantastic watch along yet again. So many we've done so far. Please quickly like it before we all quickly leave the streams in just a bit, because Delhi have made an absolute mincemeat of this chase in the Firozshah Kotla tonight. Really quickly then, you guys, we're going to see each other on Friday, right, for the RCB MI Eliminator.
Yep.
So all of us
Yeah.
will be in our RCB jerseys, or then will it be too obvious?
I Yeah, I think we can still wear the RCB.
Yeah.
We
Go on.
can wear our RCB jerseys and still like be neutral about it and objective in our opinions. Try,
No
attempt.
way. No way. RCB has
Some
been in
of
the
us.
playoffs, man. You don't get these things very often. Just go all out, all your heart.
Yeah, I agree with Xiaomi because, like, Neha, even though we'd say that in principle, many people will be like, what are you guys talking about? I know you guys will be biased for the sake of being biased. It's not for the sake of being biased, it's honestly natural. And cut away for four, and Jemmy wins Delhi the game by 7 wickets, and Delhi go top of the pops of WPL, which means they go straight to the final of WPL 2, which means it's going to be RCB versus MI, and the winner of that game will take on Delhi Capitals on Sunday. It's going to be a fascinating couple of watch-alongs, couple of games left ahead. But final thoughts with you girls. Neha, how do you all see it? As they say, and then there were three.
Yeah, what a Delhi leg it has been, right? The kind of matches we've seen. I know there's been so much discourse on the pitch and everything. But yeah, I think fitting conclusion to the league stage matches. We finally have our top three in Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore. And I think, yeah, there's not much to say. The matches have done their thing. Now, there's so much to look forward to the playoffs, and I hope RCB can go all the way. But nonetheless, I hope we are treated to some good cricket. Yeah.
Okay, Xiaomi, early prediction. RCB Emma on Friday.
I'm no no. I'm too anxious for that. So let me not get into the prediction game at the moment. But yeah, just to answer the same question, what you asked Neha was like, I'm just happy that that these are the three teams that has gone ahead. What I'm also happy about is that when this entire the first phase of WPL was happening, we knew that these three will be the teams, right? And that's how the tournament was progressing. And at a point of time, we were actually asking ourselves that is it only a three-team tournament? Which eventually during the course of the tournament did change. We did see a lot of momentum change. We were thinking at a point of time whether UP will actually take that spot or not. GG did show up a little bit of a resistance, which we did not see in the earlier part of the tournament. So yeah, though it's a predictable three, but I think there has been a lot of great moments in finally reaching this top three, which is incredible for this tournament. I think that's the reason why this tournament, especially in the second edition, has really become a lot more talk of the town than what it was last year.
Yeah, you look at the tournament last year, it was DC versus MI that final, but now RCB and their huge army of fans would probably light up the tournament even more, to be fair. So it'll all unravel on Friday, 7:30. That first ball will be bowl of the eliminator, and we'll be there to join you, Neha, Xiaomi, me, and Akshay. It's going to be a panel like never before on the WPL watch-alongs this season. And Thurup quickly saying, so it's RCB versus DC then in the comments. Look, wherever you guys are watching this, really appreciate all of you guys yet again to make such a watch along special. Again, most probably with 1,500 of you guys joining us this evening across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Please subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on our social media handles. Cricket.com is growing every day and we want you to be part of it. That's all we have in this watch along between the Delhi Capitals and
Just
the
a quick
Gujarat
question.
Giants. Yeah, go on.
Just a quick question. What do you think Delhi will be on Friday? Will it be a red or a blue army on the stands?
Red 100%. Even though Delhi's colors, funnily enough, is red and blue, but it's madness. Honestly, it's madness. It's
Yeah,
quite
we will see.
crazy.
I think a lot of fans, travel to watch this match live, and yeah, RCB clearly has the bigger fan base. Coming from a
Uh,
biased POV, but yeah.
I mean, that'll be just absolutely mad to see if RCB can go one step further because they've already kind of had a better season than last year. But even Gujarat, props to them. I know they finished last year, but same script this time as well. Rewind the watch along if you guys wanted to kind of hear random chats. We've had fun contests, quizzes. Congratulations to the winner. Do get in touch with us on X through our DMs, and we'll of course send you the 500 rupee voucher. I have to go get cracking with my Chinese food because my mother and sister are waiting. Until the next time, it's a goodbye from all of us. Have a fantastic week ahead. We'll see you soon. And like this particular video, Because we're just brilliant, aren't we? Cheers. See you soon.